Rich Rebel fans, welcome out here to beautiful Cokeville. We are getting ready for a tip-off between the girls, the Lady Panthers and the Lady Rebels. Sorry, a little tongue twister right there at the very beginning. We welcome you out here to beautiful Cokeville as we get underway, setting aside for the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. That's Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. The best family vacations happen here. Plan your vacation today. Visit bearlake.org. This game between the Cokeville Panthers and the Rich Rebels should be shaping up to be a very good one, as the girls on either side of the basketball today, both the Rebels and the Panthers, have come across quite a bit of success, as even recently within the last year, the Cokeville Panther girls winning a state championship. They've graduated a few of their seniors, but now they're back and ready to play some great basketball. As for the Rich Rebels, they're getting hot at the very right time, coming back as Taylor McKee into the game, has been shooting the lights out and facilitating the basketball perfectly to her teammates. 3 wins in a row, the last 2 wins having been incredibly close. We'll touch up a little bit more into those as we get ready and dip into our scene set after this on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
So this is the reserve at Bear Lake, most beautiful place in the world. Come here and find out how you can buy your own Airbnb property and help pay for itself, or just come here and enjoy a second home. Sports courts, pools, hot tubs, access to 200 miles of mountain trails. Brand new homes now starting at $600,000. Quarter shares starting at $250,000. Would like to invite you to be part of that. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Welcome back to the booth and part of this Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. It's always great as we get a chance to catch up with some amazing students at Rich High School. Before we do, we'll go ahead dip into our scene set today. Our scene set between the Rich Rebels and the Cokeville Panthers. Both of these teams, as we said before, having a little bit of success on either side. The Cokeville Panthers on a 2-game skid, but these Lady Panthers are losing to much bigger schools. The last one being Kemmer, and then Evanston as well. Evanston and Kemmer beating the Cokeville Panthers, but don't mistake these girls at all. They still have quite a bit of energy left in them. Cokeville defense, however, is giving up quite a few points per game, about 58 points per game. You have to keep in mind that these huge games have been against bigger classification teams. That's what Cokeville likes to do to get ready for their conference play. On the other side of the ball, Rebels, in nail-biting fashion, last 2 wins have been a combined total of 5 points, but they are wins nonetheless. 5-4 on the season, 2-0 in region. Confident offensive flow since Taylor McKee has been back. The ball has been shot with extreme confidence. Only real issue is last time both Bear Lake and Altamont kicked up the pressure in the second half, made it incredibly close as the Rebels holding on to little leads later on in the game have been dwindled, as both of those teams that they've played have really amped up the energy and have shot well. Let's go ahead, dip into our outstanding student interview. Again, standing in for Coach Lundgren, as we've only heard from him twice already. Let's go ahead, hear from Casey Wilson, a fantastic teammate and a wonderful student athlete at Rich High School. Casey, let's go ahead, take it away. Rich Rebel fans, I'm joined here in the booth. Man, we're having everybody in the booth today. It's fantastic. We enjoyed the booth with Casey Wilson. Casey, you've been here with the basketball team for a hot minute now, and we're in the middle of the season. How does it feel just kind of like being right in the groove of basketball right now?
It's so nice because I've been out with a concussion, and so it's really nice just to be back and be able to play again.
Casey, let's talk a little bit about coming back from concussion, what concussion protocol is like. Can you walk me through the steps and what it's taken to get you back?
So I got hit in the week before Thanksgiving, and so I've been out for almost a month, and I just barely came back January 8th, and so it was really nice just to be back, and it sucked not being able to play. Like, it was really hard just to sit there and not be able to go out and help my team. So
there you go. Got to do some pictures for Mom. Coming back from concussion is not an easy thing to do whatsoever. Have you noticed that you have a renewed kind of sense of appreciation for basketball after being gone for a hot minute?
Yeah, I missed it so much. It's one of the best sports to play. Like, you just get to go up, you get to shoot a basket, and get back on defense.
There you go. Well, talk to me a little bit about how you did JV-wise against Altamont. What was it like coming back?
It was super fun to come back. Like, they were a very physical team, but it was super fun just to win and be able to play out there with my JV team and just be able to work hard.
There you go. Well, looking at varsity, we're on a 3-game winning streak right now. Dominating win against Manila, and then we're pulling out some squeakers, some fun ones. What's it like just being on the bench in those really tense moments at the end of the game?
It's so fun. Like, you get to cheer your teammates on, and like when Ellie shot those 2 last foul shots against Bear Lake, it was so fun to be out there and watch our team just take on that win.
They were this Rich Rebel team prior to the holiday break, very confident. They're trying to work some kinks out, right? Now we're out of the holiday break. What do you feel like has been the biggest difference that has attributed to such a big run?
I think having Taylor back, that's one of the biggest things. Just have our main point guard back and have a leader out there, and she just calms the team down. And like, when she's out there, you can just see the team just calm down, and they play really well together.
Casey, you've been talking with, everyone's talking a little bit about state playoff tournament. That's what everybody wants to be. It's an exciting time. Has Coach Lundgren spoken at all about the state playoffs, or has he got a big vision for everybody right now?
We've talked a little bit about it. It's just working hard in practice and working hard in games, just getting us ready for that state tournament, and it's going to be a good tournament, I think.
Awesome. Casey, last question from me is, what has been the main focus from Coach Lundgren in terms of practice this last week? I mean, 3 games is a lot of games to play, and you're also getting a lot of minutes doing JV and filling in for everybody like that. What's the main focus in practice, and what is it like having 3 games this week?
I think our one word was mental toughness. And I think that's one big key that we need to have, is just being able to be mental tough on the court, because 3 games is a drainer, and not being able to get some rest because we came home late last night, and so just being able to be mentally tough and be able to put in the effort and get the wins. There
you go. Casey Wilson, it's great to have you in the booth. I can foresee a future where you're going to be manning your own booth, Casey. You're great on the microphone. Thanks so very much.
Thank you.
That was my interview with Casey Wilson. She is fantastic on the microphone, as I said, and it's going to be exciting to see these girls coming up about 2 minutes away from tip-off, a very abbreviated pregame today. Special thanks to the town of Woodruff for letting us be able to come out and interview these fantastic student athletes. It's been an absolute treat. Let's go ahead, take a quick break, come back to you on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabian, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Rich Rebels!
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
Welcome back to the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau pregame show. Special thanks to Pam Cornea at Town & Country Realty in Garden City. That's selling Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. As we're getting ready now for, I believe, the presentation of the colors. About 30 seconds left before the beginning of this game. We'll also have the Lutz Construction starting lineup with these fantastic girls in both of these sides of the basketball. Cokeville Panthers and the Rich Rebels. We are going to start with our presentation of the colors out here in Cokeville. We'll come back to you in just a moment's time after these few messages by our sponsors.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Welcome back, Rick Rebel fans, as our starting lineup brought to you by Lutz Construction coming up. Darlene Peterson will be getting the start off today, as she has quite for a while. Ambria Lutz as well. Taylor McKee back from injury. We've said a couple times, starting point guard. Brittany Lamborn as well, leading in defensive shares for the team. Mackenzie Smith, always a dead eye from beyond the arc, and a huge teammate to everybody here on the Rich Rebel team. Here come the Panthers. So Emmy Barnes there from the state championship last time, number 15. She'll be getting the start. 45, Dakota Bethers. Kylie Dayton as well, the junior, 5'3". JC Thornock, number 10 as well, the junior for Cokeville. Briley Grohl. So Grohl, Thornock, Dayton, Bethers, and Barnes will be starting for the Lady Panthers today. As we get ready for our opening tip-off, we'll go ahead, dip into our Laketown Ledger very, very, very quickly. Laketown Ledger, although not in the same state, both Rich and Cokeville share a deep history with athletic competition. The girls are 5-3 versus Cokeville all time. Last time they played, that was a 51-40 win for the Panthers. Let's see if the Rebels can turn the tide a little bit here and get ready for a win here in Cokeville. It should be set up for a good one. Back into live camera we go. Cokeville sitting at 3-5 on the season. Rich on a 3-game winning streak, 5-4. We are not in the fourth quarter, as many people would like to think we are. We are actually going to be starting the first quarter as our tip-off today, brought to you by mylocalradio.com. We'll keep our camera also. Darlene Peterson going up here, and the ball skipping back onto the Rich Rebel side, scooped up by Brittany Lamborn. Lamborn going across the timeline from left to right. They're in all blacks with blue accents today. White numerals. I think the black and blue numerals have been working out well for the Rich Rebels this year. They've been winning games, and it looks fantastic. Here we go as the Cokeville Panthers in their opposite, all whites with orange numerals. Around the timeline and up around the arc, Brittany Lamborn scooting inside. Long three from Mackenzie Smith. Just a little bit short, scooped up by Darlene Peterson. That one's just a little bit too hard, and that's going to be touched by a Rebel. It will go out of bounds. Here comes that inbound for Cokeville. Number 45, Bethers, bringing it in here. Getting it to her teammate, Dayton. Here comes Cokeville driving inside with the right hand. Back up to the top, there's Dayton. Left side drive from the left wing. Shot up off the front of the rim, no good. That's a shot there from Emmy Barnes, who is a huge proponent and a leading scorer for the Lady Panthers in their state championship game last year. Taylor McKee hounded by the Panther defense. She's going to get nabbed with a traveling violation, as she was just trying to find somebody to help her out at the very top of the arc. Instead, here come the Panthers. Barnes, and then out there back to the top, number 21. That's Grohl. Learning back all of these fantastic names, some of the names you might recognize here, as Cokeville not that far away from Randolph at all, as many of you know. Good defense from McKee at the very top of the arc. Dayton out there to the right for Thornock. Now left side wing. Cross pass all the way to the right side, looking in. Barnes pump fakes, drives into the paint, off the backboard. That one's good. Nice little 10-foot jumper for Barnes. Rebels pushing it down the floor. A good fast break and points for Brittany Lamborn as she shoots out in front of the Rebels and the Panther defense. Goes up with 2, and now we are tied 2-2. Going into the lane, Barnes skipping out to her teammate to the left. Bumped a little bit, but no call. Here comes another fast break. This time, Lamborn getting it behind Smith. That goes off of her fingertips and a turnover. Launching it down the floor. Here is the Panthers. Barnes out to the left, through the legs on the left elbow. Back out to the right side wing. 3 thought about from Grohl. Instead, dishing it back to Dayton. Dayton at the top. Over to the right side for Grohl. Back over to the left for Barnes. Barnes for 3 on the left side wing. Off the front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound for the Panthers. Off of the foot of Darlene Peterson and out of bounds. Darlene Peterson is in fact in. She is number 2, sitting there on the left block. Here we go, turnaround jumper there from Barnes. No good as that goes off the back iron. Rebound, Ambria Lutz. Across the timeline from left to right on your radio dial. Right-hand dribble, kicking out to the right side wing for Lamborn. Looking inside, left-hand dribble. Guarded there closely by the Panthers. Gets it out to the very top of the arc for Peterson. McKee trying to shake off a defender going into the paint. Right-handed layup up and good. That's fantastic work from Taylor McKee as she able to shimmy her way in, throw it up with the right hand. Now, not to be outdone, here comes the Panthers. Up with the right hand on the right block and a foul called. That's Dakota Beathers. No, excuse me. Emmy Barnes will be heading to the line, number 15. She's going to go up and nail the first free throw. 4-3 here in the first quarter. Brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. Perfect from Barnes, who is a cornerstone for this Panther offense and defense. We are still tied 4-4. No. I have 4-4, but our scoreboard says 2-4. I think they're just a little bit behind. Here's Lamborn getting the pass in and then breaking the press break easily. Darlene Peterson looking, goes back to Ambria Lutz at the very top. Press broken by the Rebels, and now Lutz is working one-on-one here. Double teamed, has to kick it out to the right side for Taylor McKee. McKee gets bumped a little bit. That's Thornock, the 5'6" junior, just getting a little hip check on McKee. No harm, but there is a foul. Here comes the Crawford Trough inbound right in front of the Cokeville bench. Up to the top for Lutz. She's going to get the screen from Smith. Long 3, just off the front of the iron. No good. Darlene Peterson bouncing it off of Lamborn. Lamborn comes down with the ball and then stolen away by Barnes. Barnes on the fast break. Tries to get her pocket picked, and it's going to bounce off of Taylor McKee as that ball kind of went crazy right in front of her, just bouncing off of her hand and off of the leg of McKee, out of bounds. Here comes the inbounds underneath the basket. Barnes kicking it in to the point guard, Dayton. Now out here onto the left side, feeding in. Up and under move after the feed from the left corner. Foul called. Dakota Beathers. Now Beathers actually will go to the line. 3:53 left here in the first quarter. Beathers rolls out the first shot attempt. No good on the charity stripe. Ellie Argyle will check into the game for Mackenzie Smith. Also into the game, Reagan Tachert. Ellie Argyle to inbound after the made attempt there from Beathers. 5-4. Hold will be called on the Panthers as they are hounding the back court for the Rebels, trying to get across the midcourt line. Taylor McKee getting the inbound. The Crawford Trough inbound from Ellie Argyle. Now across the timeline, dipping into a little bit of a zone. It's a 1-1-3 zone, something that we haven't seen for quite a while. It's a hybrid zone, and it's working well against the Rebels. Lamborn kicking it to Lutz on the far side. She has a little bit of a lane. Lutz in the lane up with the right hand, just a little bit too far. Darlene Peterson with the rebound. She's going to go ahead and put it back. No good. Now the Rebels hounding the Panthers of their own. No good and no points on that attempt. Here come the Panthers and a wolf call. Nobody helped out the Panthers on that one, but nonetheless they still have the ball. Right side, Barnes on the wing. Kicks it back up to the top. Dayton for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound for the Panthers. Barnes. An attempt for Barnes gets intercepted by the Rebels. Here's Ambria Lutz now working from left to right. Back into the half-court offense they will go. McKee, left side, extended wing. Dribbling into the lane, kicks it out for Lamborn. Lamborn, a long two, feeds it perfectly to Darlene Peterson as that was just a little short. Darlene up with the right hand, good, and one attempt coming up for Darlene Peterson. So here comes Darlene to the charity stripe for the first time. 2:40 left here in the T7 Propane first quarter. That one's up and good. She completes the three-point play. Great work for Peterson. Now Cokeville working in quickly as a foul will be called. Feeding into the paint, Darlene Peterson will get a foul on the arm and she'll get checked out. Pugmire will come in to relieve as they're trying to avoid foul trouble for Darlene, as that's been kind of an issue the last couple games so far. Dayton at the very top of the arc, out to the right side wing. Then Barnes, far corner, back up to the top for Dayton. Cokeville working around the top of the arc. Back to Dayton at the very top. Right side wing, thought about the three. Instead, they're working up and around, trying to get the perfect shot that they can. It's a 2-3 zone implemented by the Rebels, and it's leaving the wings a little bit open, but the Panthers have not yet pulled the trigger on some of these threes. Emmy Barnes, after tracking down a deflection into her own back court, will pick up the ball and then get called for a travel violation. So a turnover, and now the Rebels up 7-5 with the ball. Taylor McKee working against Thornock. Dribble handoff to Lutz at the top of the arc. Now right side corner, feeding into Pugmire. Pugmire, inside out shot. Here's Taylor McKee for three. That one's good. Beautiful rainbow arc for McKee, as now 10-point mark has been reached for the Rebels. Panthers now trying to answer as up to the top of the arc. Dayton looks at the Rebel defense, trying to find the weakness here. Now on the far corner, Barnes back up to Dayton on the right side wing. Feeding inside. Panthers up and underneath mood, high off the glass, no good. Pugmire with the defensive rebound. Good work from Pugmire and an outlet from McKee, who pushes it way down the court very quickly, and a very quick pass from Lutz to Taylor, a sprinting Taylor down the court, just off of her fingertips, out of bounds, no good, and a turnover. Inbound from Taylor to Kylie Dayton. Here we go, Dayton up at the top, good find, and they just rolling out with the right hand on the left block, no good for the Panthers. Taylor McKee working, finds a lane, cuts inside, goes up with the right hand with the layup. That one's good. 12-5 for the Lady Rebels. They're in the lead over the Panthers. Crossover from Dayton, feeding Barnes. Barnes goes up with the right hand and a block. Not before a foul will be called. That one's going to be on Ambria Lutz. I believe her first one of the game today. Barnes will get checked out, and Beathers will come in to relieve for her. Inbound coming up for the Lady Panthers is Gracie Himmerick will be inbounding. Lady Panthers looking for somebody open, gets it right into the paint. Beathers bounces off of her, and Taylor will wrap her arms around it. Beathers wraps her arms around Taylor, and that's going to be a foul on Beathers. So the ball will head out of bounds. We'll get another Crawford Trough inbound as on the last possession, huge T7 Propane and Woodruff 3 for Taylor McKee. They're up 12-5. Here we go, dribble handoff, and now Taylor working her way in. Handoff to Ambria Lutz, who goes into the paint up with the left hand and good. I don't know how she did it. She snuck underneath the entire Cokeville defense and puts it up with the left hand. Himmerick, and a long three from Dayton on the left wing. No good off the front of the iron. That's rebounded and ripped off the glass by Ambria Lutz. Focusing on Taylor McKee now as she goes coast to coast, and a blocking foul quickly. Beathers tried to get underneath Taylor McKee for the offensive foul. Instead, a blocking call. And Taylor, who missed a layup, will get a chance to make up for it at the free throw line. 14-5. Bear Lake Realty free throws for Taylor, and that one will go too far to the right and it will bounce into the stands. Taylor knew it was no good as soon as she let go of it, as a little pep talk to herself to get back in the game. Here's Taylor's second attempt at the free throw line. This one high and off the back iron, no good. Taylor tries to poke her hand in there, and an offensive rebound by Ellie Argyle. Sprinting into the lane, up with the right hand, and good. Second chance points for the Rebels. Here we go. Here comes the Panthers, and a quick shot from Barnes at the very end, and the buzzer no good, just too far to the left. So your final score 16-5 here after the end of one. Leading in scoring, Taylor McKee. We'll come back to you after these few quick messages. Thank you for joining us on 98.3 The Wildlife, as this is a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans. Now we're dipping into the second quarter before we do our Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Special thanks to all the fans that have come out to support the Rich Rebels here as we get a nice little close-up of Hunter Pace. Nice, luscious red hair from Hunter Pace. We'll zoom in a little bit more on it now. Special thanks to Bear Lake Realty and for our fan cam, as your new home in Bear Lake is one phone call away, 435-946-8888. Now into the second quarter, the Rich Rebels leading the Lady Panthers 16-5. That's off of a couple huge shots from Taylor McKee and some great second chance hustle points from Ellie Argyle. Here come the Lady Panthers as they're going to shuffle and cross pass over on the right side elbow, driving into the lane and off the glass. That one's good. Number 21, Briley Grohl. Now 7-16, only a 9-point lead. Speaking of Grohl, Cassidy Grohl feeding inside to Mackenzie Smith. She's going to get blocked by Barnes. Barnes, outlet to Dayton, way down the court. Grohl now intercepted by Ellie Argyle in her own paint. Good defense by Ellie Argyle, and now Violet Taylor will work it out and try and pass it out to Grohl on the right side wing, just too far in front of her. And that will be a turnover right in front of the Lady Panther bench. Violet getting a quick blow as Ambria Lutz has come into the game. Lady Panthers out to the right side. That's Grohl back up to Dayton. And then Barnes on the far corner crossing up in front of Mackenzie Smith. Dayton now onto the left side. Lady Panthers trying to find some room inside the paint instead. Barnes on the right side wing. Three, no good. Follows her own shot, goes up with it. And Barnes earns herself a couple shots at the free throw line as a hustle play. A good offensive rebound by Barnes. We'll go ahead and have her a chance to cut into this deficit just a little bit more. Barnes, automatic from the free throw line, hits the first one up and good. Second one up and good. Here comes Ambria Lutz. Now 9-16. Brittany Lamborn out to the right side, back to Ambria. Now back to Lamborn, trying to find Ellie Argyle. Tracks it down, now stuck on the left block, drives inside, up with the right hand, just too short, and then a long rebound brought in by the Lady Panthers. Working all the way across the timeline, instead pulls it back out in a double dribble as the ball just kind of wiggled out of her hands just a little bit. Back in now as a Crawford Trough inbound to Taylor McKee from Mackenzie Smith in front of the Rebel bench. Still going from left to right. McKee crossover out to the left, handoff to Lutz. Lutz gets cut off by Barnes, who's going to touch it last as it rolls into the bench, the media bench, right at half court. We'll try this one again. Screen from Lutz and a kick out to the left for Smith. That's deflected but reeled in by Argyle. Again poked away, but Argyle able to scoop it up. McKee, triple threat, drives in, kicks it out, spinning into the lane, back out to the right side for Lamborn. Lamborn into Lutz, who's double teamed, and she's going to lose the basketball. It will go floating out of bounds, and it will stay with the Rebels, last touched by a Lady Panther. That's Dayton with good defense on Lutz right on the block. Trying to prevent these Plains Tire points in the paint here. Ball deflected. Here's Barnes with an open net right in front of her. Right-handed layup up and underneath. That one's good. So, Lady Panthers with a little bit of a run of their own as this 1-2-2 zone is really giving the Rebels fits. Here comes this inbound now as Dayton will cross the timeline. Back over to the right for Barnes. These are quick passes. Barnes sets up for three and knocks it down. Huge three for Barnes. Now 14-16. A Independent Software Solutions timeout after a huge run from Cokeville taken by the Rebels. We'll go ahead, take it ourselves as we dip now into our sponsorship of the second quarter on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Welcome back to the Stacy's Repair second quarter, 5:20 left before halftime. A good time to mention the Rich School District. At the Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals and that every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners. We believe that a quality education makes the difference. These beliefs are reflected in graduates who are college and or career ready. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student. Here comes the Rich Rebels now on offense as now a timeout from Cody Lundgren. Hopefully trying to stop this run, just not going to help with a double dribble here. Mackenzie Smith diving into the paint. It just hits it with both hands twice. It's a double dribble. Now here come the Lady Panthers. Panthers only down by 2. They're looking for that game-tying shot or the game or the lead-taking shot. Dayton scooping it up high off the glass, no good. And a blocking foul called far onto the far side of our official over here as Dayton squoze into the lane, going right in front of the free throw line. The shot was no good, but here we go for free throw attempts First one up and good. The Lady Panthers very efficient from the line so far today, as they've been knocking down almost every shot. Do not leave anything to chance, as the Lady Panthers are very automatic from the line. 2 for 2, and now the game is tied 16-16. 4:40 left here in the second quarter. Here's the Lady Rebels looking for an open shot, as McKee was open out on the left side, but diving in the lane, here comes Lamborn, swatted away by the Lady Panthers. Intense defense, and this is the type of defense that gave the Lady Rebels trouble in the second half of the Altamont and the Bear Lake game. 4.5 minutes left here, and a Crawford Trough inbound to Lamborn from McKee, back up to the top of the arc, left-hand dribble, and a left wing possession for McKee, working against the Lady Panthers. Back up to the top of the arc, a long three from Lutz, just off to the right, no good, and Argyle not able to reel in the offensive rebound. Instead, Dayton comes up with the defensive. Back to Barnes. Barnes on offense. Skip pass underneath. Lady Panthers have been finding the soft spots in this 2-3 zone so far. Dayton back out to Barnes on the far corner. Barnes pump fake back out to Dayton at the top. Feeding down inside. This is Grohl, who goes out beyond the arc, and it's going to be deflected by Taylor McKee. McKee trying to track down the steal, and she steps out of bounds as she's working up against Dayton. Good defense here, but not enough to swap the possession, as she had to step out of bounds on the near side before she could maintain proper control to work her way down the floor. Into the game, Taylor Dayton. So we got Taylor Dayton as well as Kylie Dayton, and a jump ball. Ellie Argyle able to hop on that loose ball, and she'll wrestle Reagan Takert for the ball. Referees having a little bit of a discussion here in front of the media bench. They're just trying to figure out whose possession it is. Black ball it will be, as that was our first jump ball of the entirety of the game. Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball. That's Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck. That will go to the Rebels first, so next jump ball, it will go to the Panthers. McKee coming across the middle of the court, and she has a little bit of room, goes in and dribble stops, kick out to Smith. Now out to the right side, Tingy for two, just a little bit too far, and a Panther will come down with it. That's Dayton. Barnes almost loses the handles on the left side wing. Instead, slows it back out to Dayton at the very top. Left wing. So as the Lady Panthers, is a long three taken out of nowhere from Dayton, as she was left alone and she knocks it down, and now a 3-point lead for the Lady Panthers. Previously to that, the possession for the Panthers, they were just kind of working it across the arc. Good pass from Mackenzie Smith. Hockey assist from Taylor McKee down to Argyle, who goes up with a little bit of a layup. First points in a while for the Rebels. Into Barnes, turnaround, dribble, finds her teammate, a cutting Briley Grohl. 21-18 advantage Panthers. Tripping call, as Taylor McKee, driving with the left hand near the left elbow, falls to the court. Pugmire's coming in for Smith. Barnes has come out, and she'll be replaced here by Harmon, the freshman. McKee only with 2 minutes left. They're down 3 before halftime in our Stacy's Repair second quarter. Pugmire working up against a Lady Panther on the left wing. Just off to the left, too far for Ellie Argyle. Here comes the Panthers. Dayton back up to the very top. Another three. This time too far to the left. Ripped off the boards for Tingy. Tingy in the game has seen some good, valuable time as barely up over the rim on a cutting Ambria Lutz. Good find for the Lady Rebels as a good layup there. Now 20-21. Pugmire hopping into the passing lane, going out to the right side wing, and that will fall out of bounds into the stands. It will stay with Cokeville. Cokeville easily gets it into Dayton at the very top of the arc. Still in the 2-3 zone, the Lady Rebels wanting to force a little bit of a confusion, and they're going to get a timeout from the Panthers here. So we'll go ahead and take the timeout as well on 98.3 and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back, Rich Rebel fans, here to the second quarter, brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. We've got about a minute and a half left here before halftime. The Rebels currently down by 1 point to the Lady Panthers here in Cokeville. Right now, the Panthers displaying intense defense and getting some open looks on offense. And, I'm not an expert, but that leads to some good production on offense as well. So here's Dayton kicking out to the right side for Grohl. So the Panthers are just looking for that one cut inside, and Barnes gets that cut, goes up with the right hand, no good. But the Panthers there to get the offensive rebound and to clean it up off the glass. Turnover, and here comes Grohl. She's going to get fouled on the arm by Taylor McKee after McKee has lost the handles. So Cokeville up by 3, and now Grohl will be sent to the line. Here's Grohl's first attempt. That one missed off to the left. That's one of the first missed baskets from the free throw line for the Panthers today. They've been pretty solid from the line so far. Here's the second one from Grohl. That one good. So now a 4-point lead with 1 minute left here before halftime. McKee kicks out to Ambria Lutz on the left side of the court. Back over to McKee in the middle, just barely across the half-court line. And a steal from Barnes. Barnes easily up with the right hand. That one's up and good. Now 6 points for Cokeville, as a few turnovers and fast break points have been the difference here in this first half. McKee trying to find some room. Argyle kicking it out to Grohl. Grohl loses the handles, and she's going to have to wrestle for it on the ground. That jump ball, though, and Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball will go to the Panthers as Grohl cut into the lane and just kind of lost possession, and she'll have to hustle and wrestle for it. A jump ball now. Pugmire in the passing lane, able to deflect the ball. Barnes ends up with it. Dayton at the very top near her own logo, setting up into their offense. Dayton at the top around the horn. It will go a couple times. Cutting Panthers are making it difficult to make this zone work here for the Rebels. Right now, shot at the end of the buzzer, no good, off the front of the rim and the backboard. It was close, and that will be your halftime score, 26-20. Solid defense, fast break points, and just some good looks on offense has led now to a 6-point lead for Cokeville. Lady Rebels will come back in just a moment's time. In about 10 minutes, we'll come back to you in a moment's time as we will go ahead and visit with Hayden Weston, senior on the boys basketball team, a little bit during halftime, as we'll talk a little bit more about what the Rebels can do to get back in this game, what kind of tendencies we're seeing from Cokeville, and what can be done in order to combat the strengths for Cokeville right now. This is a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Rich Rebel fans, I'm joined here in the booth. Hayden, we're in the booth. This is a nice little booth that we got going on. In the booth, right before the Cokeville game, Hayden Weston joining us back from injury. Hayden, welcome back, first of all. How's it been kind of being on this little traveling loop right now for the team, going down to Altamont and now up to Cokeville?
It's been a little tough with the traveling. Like, I got home at 1 yesterday, and then I've been a little sick, so I didn't really sleep. But it's been good to be back. I like being back and playing and just having a good time. So hopefully we get things rolling and the traveling won't matter because we win.
Yeah, there you go. It won't matter because you're going to take a W today. The Cokeville Panthers also kind of on a little bit of a struggling season right now. They're 1-7, and they're trying to get a win of their own. Hayden, what is it like just kind of looking at Cokeville right now? What kind of tendencies do you feel like the team can really take advantage of today?
Well, to be honest, I haven't really looked at Cokeville too much. In practice, we were more going over Altamont and watching their film and running things that they want to. But I feel like we have some pretty big, good bigs on our team with like Riley and Noah and Carson and all of us. I think we can pound it down there and try and get it. And then with Hunter shooting it, I feel like we can use everybody out there to kind of just
make it happen.
Yeah.
Hayden, you're coming back from injury. Talk to me a little bit about the coming back process. I know we've had to look a little bit at your head, shoulder. What was it like immediately after taking that huge, massive charge out there? It was in Lyman, correct?
Yeah.
There you go. What was the process like coming back?
It was pretty tough. It was a worse injury than I thought it was going to be because it kept hurting, and they told me that I ended up tearing my labrum in my left shoulder. So we'll probably have to look at maybe surgeries after the season. But it was kind of hard coming back because I didn't want to use that shoulder. So I kind of would just go with the right one. So I feel like I've kind of been off a little over the past few days because I am still trying to get to where I can use my left shoulder and reach for balls. But I feel like I'm getting a little better at it. Last night was a little tough, but hopefully today I can figure out how to use both my hand skin and get to the left side of the basket too.
There you go. Hayden, you talked a little bit about the bigs and that being a strength for Rich today. What is it like just kind of sharing the room with Riley and with Carson? Is there a good friendship that you guys got going on?
Yeah, me and Riley have been playing ever since we were little. He's been one of my best friends, so I think we've always kind of had a bond when it comes to basketball because we always play together. I feel like I can pass it to him and I can trust him to make it, and he can pass it to me and we can trust. So I feel like we have a good trust, and that makes everything easier out there on the court when you trust him.
both you and Riley are going to be Coach Cornea talked to me about team captains here and talked about you, Hayden. I know you and Riley are huge together on the basketball court and captain-wise and also in football. What do you feel like the role for you and Riley is being seniors on the team?
I feel like our role is just, as captains, trying to keep everybody going and pumped up. And if someone gets down, we're trying, say, no, you're good. Everyone misses a shot. We all miss them. And just try and kind of keep things under control. And especially now with Coach Cornea out for this week, I feel like it's a big role for the captains to make sure everybody's doing all right and in the right headspace.
Absolutely. Hayden, it was a pleasure to have you in our little booth. Anything else that you want to kind of touch up on before we get ready for Cokeville?
No, I think that's it.
Perfect. Hayden, best of luck today. Get the sniffles, take care of the sniffles, and drop those big points that we're looking for you today, okay?
Thank you.
Awesome. That was an awesome interview that I had with Hayden Weston. He's getting stoked and ready to go as the boys team just getting their legs warm to get ready for the Panthers coming up here after this girls game. Currently, the girls right now are down 6 points, 20-26. What has got the Panthers in the lead as, at the very beginning, the Rebels were up 16-5, and now they're looking at at the end of first quarter, they were up 16-5, and now they're looking at a 6-point deficit here in the second quarter. Name of the game right now that got the Panthers in the lead was just tough defense. I mean, fast break points and making your free throws are going to put you out in the lead. They implemented a half-court trap, doing a 1-2-2 zone, and it's very much confused the guards for the Rich Rebels. They haven't been able to get it down into the paint, and therefore they're not getting very good shots because they're getting doubled everywhere else beyond the arc. It just seems like a huge wall right now to get past, as that's the biggest thing for the Lady Rebels. Huge work from Barnes for the Cokeville Panthers. Her and Dayton are doing a fantastic job facilitating the ball, and guess what? Cokeville is not settling for any type of bad shot. They will quickly skip it around the arc, and it's been difficult to even talk about it. It feels like I'm calling a hockey game. Really, it goes around the arc quite a few times, and then as soon as a cutting Panther gets a good look, they're going to feed it in there and go up with the right hand, and they're getting really, really good shots. So in order for the Rebels to come back into this game, confidence is key. Try and sneak underneath these double teams. Try and get the ball into the paint, getting it past this huge wall that the Panthers have put out in that 1-2-2 zone. Look for some good shots and hustle for those defensive rebounds. Right now, rebounds being won by the Panthers by a substantial margin. We'll come back after these few messages as we'll hear from our sponsors and get ready for the third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation here on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012. When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabian, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Rich Rebels!
Back into the action now as we get ready now for the third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. Our halftime show made possible by mylocalradio.com and the town of Randolph, Mayor and Town Council. So hopefully we'll see those adjustments coming up as inbound from McKee to Lutz to start the game here. Lamborn on the right side wing, working against some tough defense, has to pick up her dribble, tries to feed it into Smith, but it will be picked off by Beathers. Here comes Dayton, now into the half-court offense, back out to the right side wing. Grohl kicks it, skips to Barnes on the left side. That one's good. Huge three from Barnes at the top of the arc. Now 29-20. Rich down 9 points. This is something that we've seen, that we haven't seen in the last couple games here. Here's Ambria Lutz for three, trying to answer. She does on the left wing. Trade in threes, Barnes and Lutz. It's a huge one and a candidate for a precision play of the game. Barnes getting the feed from the outside, inside, turnaround jumper on the left block, no good. Here comes the Rebels. Cross skip out to the right wing for Lamborn. Lamborn looking inside for Peterson, but she's guarded well in the paint. Plains Tire points in the paint have been hard to come by for the Rebels, as the only real ones have really been those second chance offensive rebounds. McKee caught up and needs help. Gets it out to Lutz here on the dead corner, as Cokeville guarding the Rebels far out from beyond the arc. Lutz crossover into the lane, and she's going to get a foul driving in there. Push by Grohl from the Panthers, and here comes that Crawford Trough inbound. Feed to Darlene Peterson from Smith, too high off the glass and off the back iron. That's a miss, and Barnes rips it off the glass. Back out to Dayton for three on the left wing. That's just a little bit too hard. Darlene and Grohl fighting for it. Jump ball, and that will stay with the Rebels. No, excuse me. The Rebels started out the quarter with the ball, so now it will go to the Panthers. That's picked off by Lamborn. That was a great pick. Interception. Lamborn now on offense, trying to keep off the Lady Panthers, trying to feed Darlene Peterson, and then Beathers goes up with the right hand, a la Odell Beckham, steals it. And Lutz fouls Grohl on the fast break opportunity, and Grohl will head to the line for two. The Panthers have made a trend of getting out into transition quickly, and they've been getting points from it, and at the very least, they're getting sent to the foul line almost every single time. Here's Grohl. First shot to the left. That one's no good. As I said before, that transition, quick transition into offensive fast break points have really helped the Panthers stay in the lead here. Second one, that one's good. High arc down into the net, and Cokeville has broke the 30-point mark. 23 to 37-point lead. McKee, here's that 1-2-2 zone that they talked about. McKee, long three coming up. She puts that one in on the right wing. They left McKee alone on the right side wing, trying to transition back into the 2-3 after the 1-2-2 pressure, and McKee knocks it down. Now a Mount Valley Cattle Company jump ball here near the right baseline on the Rebels. McKee wrapping up a Panther, and that possession will go back to the Rebels. Here come the Rebels here as they're working their way across the timeline. Now McKee on the left wing, spinning around, trying to get into the lane, cut off by Barnes. Back cut from Smith, last touched. Last touched by a Rebel as that ball went careening out of bounds underneath the basket, and now here comes the Panthers. They're up by 4. Thornock in the game, and that ball trying to be fed from Dayton at the top of the arc to the right wing in front of Grohl, and it will roll in front of her and not able to reel that one into the Cokeville bench. Here comes the Rebels now. McKee across midcourt, crossover spin, and a help out from Darlene Peterson. Somehow the ball still ends up in the hands of the Rebels. A long three from Ambria Lutz here on the near corner. Corner three for Lutz, and now the Rebels back into the game, 29 to 30. Ambria Lutz with a huge three-pointer, and now answered immediately. Here's the Cokeville Panthers. They're up now. Heat check and an offensive rebound from Lamborn, just a little bit too hard. Quick transition and a travel violation from Dayton as she hop-skipped into the lane. So a big three from Ambria Lutz was answered with a long 2 jumper from Cokeville, and now we're sitting at a 32-29 score with about 4 minutes left here in our Epic Recreation third quarter. McKee again working against Grohl. Cokeville not giving up any type of lane. Darlene Peterson trying to lob it up and over into the paint for Ambria Lutz. That will go off of her fingertips too far out of bounds. Turnover, and now Cokeville with the ball. So this Cokeville team, even though they don't have a winning record, they've been playing very high classification teams as they've been playing Lyman, they've been playing Evanston, Mountain View, and they've been doing some tournaments, and they're not afraid at all to stick their nose in there and play hard-nosed basketball. Dayton feeds inside to Beathers. Goes up with the right hand. Baby Hook throws her body into Mackenzie Smith, and she'll get the foul called and go to the line for 2. Beathers to the line. Got the sneezes there. First attempt right off the front of the rim, no good. Goes right back to her. Violet Taylor checking in for Lamborn. Still 32-29, only a 3-point differential between these teams. Just under 4 minutes left here in our third quarter. Second shot, good, 50% from Beathers. Mackenzie Smith to inbound after the shot. Back to McKee. McKee strolling across the line. Here comes that 1-2-2 trap that's really given the Rebels trouble. And a jump ball called in the dead corner. McKee can't get past this line. So ball goes back to Cokeville as they're pressuring the backcourt of the Rebels. This is the type of play that's really hindered the Rebels, especially in the second half against Bear Lake and Altamont. Tied up Ambria Lutz here on the right side. She goes toe-to-toe with Tykert, and that's a jump ball. So here comes that pressure again from the Rebels. Spinning around, McKee finding Smith, who puts it up with the right hand, no good. Here comes Barnes going coast to coast, jump stop in the lane, up and good. That's a great shot from Barnes. Just a missed shot opportunity there. Violet Taylor now with the ball back over to McKee, who's crossed the timeline. Smith far out for 3. That one's good. Far corner 3, and they're keeping it close, still only a 3-point difference. Grohl with the ball now, out to the right wing to Thornock. Grohl kicking out there to Tykert on the left. Looking inside, Barnes for 3, answers the 3 from Mackenzie Smith. Barnes, huge for Cokeville right now. She's not going anywhere. She's shooting lights out. Ambria Lutz, corner 3, good. As Rebels are tripping over each other now. Cokeville on the right wing. It's going to bounce off of Barnes and go out of bounds. Timeout taken by Cokeville. 35-38. A pair of triples from either team. Now we're looking at a 3-point deficit. We'll take a quick breather, come back to you on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Lady Basketball on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Welcome back to the third quarter now as we're only down by 3. The Rich Rebels down by 3 to the Cokeville Panthers. They're working their way across the timeline, and Cokeville again putting that pressure as soon as they cross half court. A pair of huge threes from either team have really made this game close. McKee now for three. That one's just a little off, too far to the right. Beathers comes down with a defensive rebound. Violet Taylor able to steal it away. Darlene Peterson now with the ball. Finds Taylor on the right block. That one's up with the right hand and good. Good little layup and a good find. Good assist from either team. Here comes Cokeville trying to answer. They're only up by one. Beathers up and underneath Darlene Peterson. Up with the left hand. That one's good. Points falling abundantly for either team right now. Lutz for three. Too far to the right. No good. And that ball will go out of bounds just a little bit too far. Ambria's been dead-eye so far in this game. That one just a little bit too far off. Here we go as Cokeville still up by three. Goes across the timeline. That will bounce off of McKee and go out of bounds. Dipping back into the 2-3 zone. The Rebels trying to keep an eye on Barnes, who has been definitely a baller for the Lady Panthers today. Grohl, left elbow jumper, just too far off of the back iron, no good. Here we go, McKee, defensive rebound, guarded by Barnes. Ambria Lutz now, up and across the line. Violet Taylor working on the right wing, back up to the top for McKee. Has to scoop it down below her ankles. Grohl hounding McKee, far out from beyond the arc. Violet Taylor, right hand dribble working against Grohl. McKee back to Taylor, going into the lane, back out, stolen by Barnes. Barnes, coast to coast, right-handed layup, up and good. That's why she was the MVP of the state championship in the state of Wyoming last year. 15 seconds left before the end of the third. Rebels down by 5. Ambria kicking out to Violet Taylor, who goes into the lane, finds Darlene. It will bounce off of her fingertips and go out of bounds. Right on the left block. It was a good thought, and it was a hop, skip, and around a defender. And that will lead to a turnover. Just a good idea, just not executed well. Desperation heave at the end of the third quarter, no good. And that will be your third quarter score at the end of 3, 37-42. Cokeville in the lead. We'll go ahead, have a quick thought and a breather, and come back to you on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Lady Basketball on KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Back to the start of the fourth quarter. We're now into it, and it's a tight game, a 5-point lead held by the Lady Panthers. And they're doing it off of the shooting of Barnes and the defense of Barnes. Again, fast break points and the transition from defense to offense very quick for the Panthers, and they're running the court right now. That's what's kept them in the lead by 5. On the other side, good shooting by the Rebels, being able just enough to keep within striking distance of the Panthers right now. Here comes Cokeville with the ball. We're now dipping into our live camera fourth quarter. Ball flipped, and that ball goes out of bounds. We'll stay with the, we'll go to the Rebels actually. Violet Taylor taking it across the timeline, right across the Cokeville logo. Left hand crossover, has to get it out to Taylor McKee on the right side. Again, pressure. Again, pressure causing a little bit of issues for the Rebels as McKee's going to get pegged for a travel violation. She's just trying to find the open lady down there, and it will be a travel violation. Now, Cokeville on offense. Ball goes rolling out of bounds. It will stay with Cokeville as it was contested for right underneath in the paint. Back up to the top, just out of the reach of Violet Taylor. Instead, he'll go up to the very top for Dayton, who takes the long three. Offensive rebound. Grohl tracks it down after the missed three by Dayton. She's going to try again. No, thought about it. Pump fake, feeds Beathers inside. Beathers bouncing off of Darlene Peterson. Fadeaway jumper is good. 44-37. Here we go. And a missed layup opportunity by Ambria Lutz, and an outlet to Dayton for Cokeville. Back out there to Thornock, back up to the top for Dayton. Thornock on the far corner, looks inside, kicks it back out to the top. Beathers gets the assist and a good strip there from Ambria Lutz as she saved what would have been sure points coming in from the help defense from the opposite side. Thornock has come in and Thornock has come out and Barnes has come in. Barnes, MVP of the state championship last year for Cokeville. One of the few that was left on the team for Cokeville as they graduated almost 6 seniors from that last team. Here comes a long three from the near corner, too far. And a missed opportunity from Taylor Dayton, and then touched by Brittany Lamborn, another inbound for Cokeville underneath the Rebel basket. Barnes gets the three ball off, goes to the front of the rim, no good. Darlene rips it down. Here comes the Rebels. Here we go, as Ambria Lutz was able to beat the pressure, and now they're setting up another half-court offense, feeding Darlene Peterson, goes up with the left hand, and just off the front of the rim, no good. Good rebound by Lamborn, and she goes up and gets fouled after putting the ball back in near the rim. Misses it just a little bit too hard, but nonetheless, she will head to the line. Good hustle from Lamborn, as that's what she is known for on this team. Shot for Lamborn, too far to the right, bounces out to the left. Beathers gathers it in and heads it, gives it right back to the official. Lamborn goes through her progression, sends the second one up. That one rolls in after a couple bounces off the back iron and then the front. 38-44, 6-point lead. Dayton throws it away. Thought someone was going to be in the right block, but instead there was nobody there, and that ball will go rolling out of bounds. There's a turnover for Cokeville. 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Brought to you by by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. Cassidy Grohl, pump fake, jumper in the lane, good. Great work from Grohl. That's her first points of the game on a little pump fake and then jumping in right underneath the arc on the far corner. 40-44. Offensive foul by Cokeville as Dayton drove into the lane. Not sure exactly what she did, as our official underneath the basket had a better view of it. Nonetheless, possession swap. Here's Ambria Lutz. She and the Lady Rebels only down by 4, 40-44. Ball goes way out. That was tipped by Cokeville. It would make sense because that ball went careening out onto the far end of the court as there was pressure. Good spin move from Lutz. Feeding into Lamborn, that's poked away. Here we go, Beathers now, driving into the lane, up with the right hand. Too hard, no good. Darlene Peterson and Grohl fighting for it. Jump ball. That will stay with the Rebels. Only 4 points separate these two teams, and it's been a nail-biter the last 3 games. Here we go as Ambria Lutz crossover to the left. Dribble handoff to Violet Taylor and a jump ball. It will go to Cokeville as Grohl has been a defensive presence for the Lady Panthers today. Wraps up with Violet Taylor, and both had hands on the ball right on the right wing. Dayton now working against Violet Taylor at the very top of the arc. Looks to the left, right hand dribble, picks up her dribble, and now she's in trouble. Kicks it out here to Grohl. Grohl, guarded by Ambria Lutz, finds Beathers from the right wing inside, and an offensive rebound from Cokeville and putting it up and cleaning it up. Now a 6-point lead. Back to a 6-point lead again for the Lady Panthers. 4:40 left in the game. Here we go as the ball stolen away by Cokeville. And an offensive foul from Bethers taken by Ambria Lutz. That was very interesting. I didn't feel like, personally, at least from my perspective, that Ambria had established position yet, but nonetheless, our officiating crew says an offensive rebound, an offensive foul. There's a possession swap here. Taylor McKee has come back in for the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds in this game, having been saved for the majority of the fourth quarter by Coach Lundgren. Almost getting triple teamed at some points. Kicking it out to Lamborn on the near corner. Lamborn trying to get back up at the very top of the arc. Lamborn loses grip on the ball, gets scooped up by Ambria Lutz. Lutz picks up her dribble, kicks it out to Taylor McKee on the left side. McKee trying to make some room. Out to Smith, who almost loses it. Out on the far corner, has to find some help as it goes up to Darlene Peterson. And by the grace of the good Lord above, that goes in. I don't know how that happened. I mean, Mackenzie Smith threw it up like a bowling ball with her right hand. It ended up in the arms of Darlene Peterson, and she threw it up with the right hand, and that went up and in. I don't know how that happened. And here's Cokeville with the ball. A foul called on the Rebels, and an inbound coming up for Cokeville under the Rebel basket. Ambria Lutz poking it away from Dayton. Another inbound coming up. Double check from our officiating crew to our scorekeeping bench. 3:39 left in the game, only a 4-point difference. Good hands from Darlene Peterson. Darlene steals it away and then throws it right back into the arms of a Cokeville player. Here we go as Grohl on the left elbow. Brittany Lamborn deflecting it to the very top and now collected by Dayton at half court. Out to the left wing for Cokeville. Looking inside, right hand dribble. Thornock guarded by Lamborn. Back up to Dayton. Now Grohl feeding in to Barnes. Barnes to Thornock. Spinning around with the left hand and a foul on the arm. That's a good call. Mackenzie Smith fouling Thornock on the arm as she spun around back into the paint trying to put it up with her non-dominant hand, and she's going to get whacked on the arm. 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, excuse me. First shot for Thornock is good. That will be knocked home. 5-point lead for Cokeville. Thornock, second attempt, good. Back to 6 for Cokeville, and 3 minutes left in the game, and a Independent Software Solutions timeout taken. And we'll take it as well here on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Back at it again here with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Cody Olson coming to you live from Cokeville for the conclusion of the girls' game between the Lady Panthers and the Lady Rebels. Currently, the Cokeville Panthers in the lead by 6 points, and it's been a hard-fought game so far. Great defense presented by the Cokeville Panthers, especially by Barnes, the MVP of the state championship last year. Here they go as the inbound from Lutz into McKee, and we're going to see that quick pressure right at the beginning of the half-court line from Cokeville, spinning into the lane and back out to Mackenzie Smith for 3. That one just grazing the front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound by Darlene Peterson. Peterson back over to Lutz at the very top of the arc. They've got to get some shots off quick. Barnes keeping it alive. Incredible work by Barnes, and that's knocked away by Dayton after Ambria Lutz picked up the ball after Barnes goes flying out of bounds near the Rebel hoop. Now Crawford Trough inbound for the Rebels here with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Foul called by our officiating crew as that ball got swatted away by Barnes. She's currently on the ground, gets picked up by her teammates, and rolls back up. She seems okay. She just seemed a little shaken up on that defensive possession for Cokeville as she was there to deflect it, and Darlene Peterson kind of fell on her. 2:27 left in the game. Here's Cokeville up by 6. Dayton working against Ambria Lutz now, and Thornock getting a screen on the left wing. Dayton for a long 3. Dagger! That's a huge shot for Dayton, who realized that she was alone, and she threw it up. 51-42 with 2 minutes left in the game. That was huge. Massive shot for Dayton from Cokeville. Quickly ball into Taylor McKee from Ambria Lutz. Crawford Trough inbound. McKee spinning off of defenders and trying to look inside. Goes to the right for Lamborn, who goes up and underneath into the arms. And a offensive foul. Lamborn ran into a Cokeville defender. Pressure from the Rebels as Cokeville's trying to find open teammates all around, and they're able to break it. Ball goes up into the air, deflected and intercepted by Darlene Peterson. Good work from Darlene to reach up, climb the ladder, and grab that. McKee into the lane, up with the right hand, up and good. Right hand layup here, 1.5 minutes left in the game. Good deflection by Darlene Peterson. That will stay with Cokeville right in front of the media bench at half court. Ambria Lutz and Dayton working against each other. Now Cokeville on offense, setting up into their half court. Thornock on the left wing. Goes into the lane, jumper off the back iron, no good. Defensive rebound from Mackenzie Smith. 1 minute left, 1 minute remaining. Ambria to Darlene, keeps it alive somehow, and Lamborn ends up with it. It's just too hard. Barnes with the pickup here, and Barnes hits the court hard. She's landed on that arm a couple times today. No ill intent meant, but she just kind of ran into Ambria Lutz here. Barnes has been huge for Cokeville today, as she's been both a defensive and offensive MVP, and she's showing quite a bit of grit to stay out there. She's going to go to the line for a couple free throws, as Cokeville now into the bonus on that last foul. 57 seconds left remaining in the game. 44-51 is the score. Barnes shot up good for the free throw attempt on the first. 8-point differential now. Second attempt from Barnes could make it 9, and that goes off the front of the rim, no good. Darlene Peterson ripping down the boards, pushing it across the line. Ambria Lutz. Lutz out to Lamborn, into Smith. Smith up with the right hand, just a little bit too far, and that's a defensive rebound by Grohl. Now Dayton with the ball, has to pick up her dribble and gets it out there. Barnes, like a wide receiver, pulling it in and going out to the left wing. Now slowing it down, Dayton. Grohl to Dayton, and a foul by Darlene Peterson as Dayton slipped behind the screen, went up with the right hand near the paint, and got fouled. 52-44. First attempt, no good by Dayton, who's also been huge for Cokeville today. An absolute dagger at about 2 minutes left in the game put them up by 10. Darlene Peterson not able to come up with that defensive rebound, and a scrum on the floor. Jump ball, and that ball will go with the Rebels. 21 ticks of the clock before the end of the game into Taylor McKee. Taylor McKee dribbling, trying to find Darlene Peterson. "15 seconds left. Inbound for McKee on the far corner, dribbling past Grohl into the lane, up with the right hand, just a little bit too hard. No good. And a steal from Ambria Lutz and a foul. The Rebels will get the ball with 7 seconds left, down 44-52 here in the game. Cokeville will walk away with a victory today off of the huge contributions by Barnes. Ambria Lutz too hard as that ball goes careening down the floor, and just a little tie-up there at the very end. No good as the final score 52-44. Cokeville, off of stellar defense and incredible shooting, will end the game and go away with the victory as we'll get ready for the boys' game coming up in just a moment's time. Thank you for joining us. We'll come up and talk a little bit about how this game went, get ready for the boys in just a moment here on 98.3 and a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to the conclusion of the game here for the Rebel girls. They will fall after their winning streak today here in Cokeville. Panthers walk away with a victory 52-44. MVP definitely would be Barnes of the Cokeville Panthers, the MVP of the state championship last year for them, as Barnes almost in double digits in points and multiple steals, about 4 steals today, and just fantastic transition defense into offense. That was the key there for the Cokeville fans and for the players today. This is Cody Olson coming to you live from Cokeville. We'll get ready for the boys game in just a moment. Before that, we'd like to recognize our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. That's providing precision family dentistry at affordable prices. Call today for an appointment at 307-789-8910. Precision Play of the Game will go to as Cokeville and the Rebels were trading blows back and forth into the late of the third quarter, trying to get back into this game. The Rebels hucked it down to Ambria Lutz on the left side wing, who made a jab step, realized that she was alone, way from deep, launched it up in the air and nailed the three to put them within 3 points. That was our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game for Ambria Lutz. and a little bit harder pill to swallow for the Rich Rebel fans today, as it was just a little difficult to see just missed opportunities on occasion, as Cokeville comes away with a hard-fought and well-deserved victory. They used a lot of defense to kind of hound the Rebels quite a bit and put such a strain on the back court that they were hard to get the ball into the paint and get some open shots. Thank you for joining us here on 98.3. We'll now transition into our Rebel pregame show for the boys coming up, as the Rebels, coming off of a loss to Altamont yesterday, they'll be taking on the 1-7 Cokeville Panthers in the boys program. We'll come back to you in just a moment's time after these few messages on 98.3 The Wildlife.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
There we go. Rebel fans, welcome here to the Gary Tuscher CPA pregame show, as we're up and underway getting ready for what should be an exciting matchup between the Rich Rebel boys and the Cokeville Panthers. We'll dip into our scene set in a very abbreviated pregame show today. Go ahead, get your taxes prepared by a professional that understands personal, business, and agricultural taxes. We're going to go ahead from Gary Tuscher later on, and we'll come back for our J-Bar Excavation scene set, the team, the equipment, and the experience to get it done. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph. Stop in today. We'll go ahead, take a quick break, come back on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Boys basketball on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Two of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tuscher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Sabian, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Ken Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today, 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Back into the pregame show, Gary Tusher CPA pregame show, as we look at our scene set today, the Cokeville Panthers and the Rich Rebels, coming up in just a moment's time. We thank you for joining us as the Rich Rebels now working to overcome a little bit of a losing streak at the moment, losing to Altamont last night. As for Cokeville, the only win of the season for them was against Burlington, 62-56. They're 1-7 on the season, coached by a legendary head coach of Wyoming and history, Todd Dayton. Let's go ahead and dip into our outstanding student interview. Special thanks to the town of Woodruff for allowing us to meet with these fantastic students and find out what's going on in their lives. Let's go ahead. Take it away. We're going to go ahead and hook up our outstanding student interview. I was able to meet with Carson Muirbrook. Carson did fantastic work in the JV game earlier in the day, came back from a little bit of a bump and a bruise, and now he's out there warming up. Let's go ahead and hear from Carson. Rich Rebel fans, I'm joined here at Rich High School with Carson Muirbrook, a last name that quite a lot of people know about and a legacy being carried on by Carson. Carson, thanks for the time. Tell me a little bit about what it's like being a Muirbrook around here. Do you carry a legacy on your shoulders when you walk around the hallway?
Kind of. A lot of people around here know that my brothers played basketball a lot and football too. They did really well in both sports, you know. It's kind of a big weight to carry on my shoulders a lot.
Do you feel like it's just in your blood to embrace sports and do the best that you can?
Oh, yeah.
What did your older brothers teach you a little bit about sports and life?
If you work hard, you basically get what you want. I mean, they've taught me a lot of advice to use during those sports, so it's like I have to use those good moves to, carry them to a game in real life,
Carson, we saw you earlier in the fall getting some reps for varsity time. What was it like to get out there and get kind of like your first real reps at the varsity level?
It was really exciting. I was really nervous, but I had to do the best I can, and do what my team expects me to do.
Were you always wanting to be on the line?
I kind of expected to just be on the line, because I'm kind of a big kid, not too big, but it's kind of what I thought I would do.
What's the key to being successful on the offensive and defensive side of the ball?
I guess do your job and do exactly what your coach asks you to do, and just block really well too.
Do you have a favorite athlete or superstar of some sort that inspires you?
Russell Westbrook is probably a good one. I've watched him since I was probably like 12. It's not that long, but I mean, my brother started watching him, so I started watching him. It's kind of a, just passes over to me. So he just inspires me to, do better.
Do better. Well, what about Russell Westbrook's play do you idolize?
I don't know. Him, I don't know. He turns the ball over a lot, but, it's kind of he does the best he can. People despise him a lot for stat padding and like getting rebounds and worrying about stats, but he's just fearless and like he does the best that he can.
Carson, talk to me a little bit about what winter trimester is like, right? We're getting through some classes right now. Is there anyone in particular that really, really piques your interest?
I don't know. Paintings or drawing is really fun. Just since it's snowy and all, I don't really want to be outside, a lot because it's really, really cold. So I guess drawing is pretty fun. I like to draw a lot at home too. Just when I'm bored, I can just do whatever I want. It's kind of, my brothers have told me that I'm really good at drawing too.
What kind of emotions are elicited when you're kind of in the zone drawing? What do you feel?
I don't know. I feel like time kind of slows down and no one's really watching me, so I can just be myself and not, listen to anyone and take criticism.
Where is your happy place?
Honestly, just on a bunch of white clouds and just listening to music and jamming out.
Who's your favorite artist?
I don't know. There's a lot of good ones. I don't really have a favorite, but I just like listening to oldies and, whatever is in the movies, I guess, whatever's good.
Catching the vibe, right?
Yeah.
Carson, talk to me a little bit about, you're a sophomore here. You're quite a bit bigger than everybody. You're walking around, you're a head and shoulders above a lot of people. What is it like knowing that you have 2 more years here at Rich High School? What do you want to accomplish?
I want to be taller for sure, and I want to do the best that I can and do better than my brothers. I want to do better than them and achieve higher than them, go to college and do whatever they're doing. But
that was Carson Muirbrook, and we might be able to see him a little bit later on today. Our starting lineup today, Hunter Pace, Riley Carrillo, Trey Walker, Jaden Cornea, and as well as Noah Perry. This is a little bit different lineup than we've seen in the past. As for the Cokeville Panthers, special thanks to Lutz Construction Excavation for letting us come out here and see this. Trayson Dayton will be getting the start here for the Cokeville Panthers, as well as Hunter Thomas, number 20, Tanner Brown, and then number 4, Tanner Hatch as well. I want to go ahead and correct something here, as I was just a little bit off in some of my research. New head coach for Cokeville, Harold Hatch, former Rebel, graduated in 1995 from Rich High School. He played point guard for Coach Jerry Holmes, married to Tanya Stringham from Garden City. So we'll see what the Cokeville Panthers can do coming up here as we're ready for the opening tip-off. That was a very quick, abbreviated pregame, as Riley Correa will go up and win the tip out to Trey Walker. Will go out on the left. Trey driving into the lane with the right hand, spinning, goes up, fading, goes off the glass, no good. Ball, long rebound, fielded in for Cornea, kicking out for Hunter Pace, no good. And Riley Carrillo bouncing it off the front of the rim on the offensive rebound. Third opportunity for the Rebels. Shot from Cokeville just a little bit behind, in front of the arc. No good. So 2 quick shots from either team here. And, very fast. That's how these teams want to play. Incredibly fast as we are in our first quarter. We're getting everything up and set. Apologies, as this is a very abbreviated pregame show. And now into live action we will go. Our first quarter today. Up with the left hand, no good for Cokeville. That was a good drive from number 12, Trayson Dayton. Hunter Pace thinking about it and driving, fading, goes off the front of the rim, no good. Dayton ripping down the defensive board, working against Cornea, kicking out to the right. Long 3 for Cokeville, good on the far corner. That's number 24, Hunter Thomas. Cornea coming across the line, and now 3 points for Cokeville. They're in the lead. Trey Walker going out to Riley Carrillo. Guarded by Thomas. Carrillo out to the left for Cornea. Cornea gets pit-pocketed, and Carrillo is going to run into a Cokeville player in the paint. That's going to be an offensive foul and a turnover here. Thomas into his point guard. That's Jack Dayton. Dayton back over to Thomas. Another three, partially tipped and bouncing off of a Cokeville player out of bounds. It's a partial block, I believe, by Trey Walker. Into Cornea. Slowing it down a little bit. Here's 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Being forced left by Thomas, instead going right. Pace looks for Carrillo, feeding him. Carrillo going up with the right hand. That one's up and good over the top of Tanner Brown. Riley Carrillo with 2 points here in the game. And wasting no time, up and underneath. Good for Cokeville. 5 now for Cokeville as driving and turning that defense into offense very quickly. Cokeville up by 3. Pace, long 3 from the left wing. That one's good. Tied up at 5. Hunter Pace with a huge 3 ball. Now spinning into the lane, hop, step, and underneath too hard, and a defensive rebound by Perry. Quick transition, Hunter Pace far out onto the corner. Another 3 as he's left alone off the front of the rim. No good. Tipped over to Carrillo from Perry. That's just good chemistry between two teammates right there. 7-5 for the Rich Rebels. Carrillo at 4 points early in the first quarter. Pace with 3. Here's Dayton, guarded by Pace. Out to the right side wing, Cokeville up and underneath, driving into the lane. Floater right off the front of the rim, no good. Ripped down by Perry. Good rebound as Pace looks down the floor. Holds it up and heads it back to Cornea at the very front of the arc. Back out to the right side, Pace finds Carrillo again. This is where they scored last time. Instead, a little jumper on the right elbow, no good. Good offensive rebound by Riley Carrillo, but it gets stripped by Thomas. Here's Dayton working his way from right to left. Cokeville in all whites and orange numerals. A little bit of a floater in the left block, no good from Tanner Brown. Still 7-5. Cornea gets whacked by Thomas. Quick foul right in front of the Cokeville bench. Apologies and a good correction on the head coach for Cokeville, as Rich Graduate head coach for Cokeville right now, and Nate Woods has come into the game. He inbounds there to Cornea for the Mountain Valley Cattle Company inbound. Nate Woods at the very top of the arc working up against the Cokeville defense. Crossover to the left out to Pace on the left side wing. Offensive foul as Perry was using a forearm and just to try to make space at the very top of the arc here. No good as that ball will go over to Cokeville. 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Dayton coming across the timeline at the very top of the arc, kicks out to the left. Thought about the jumper there instead. Here's Thomas at the very top of the arc. Out there to Brown. Back to Thomas on the right wing. Brown and Dayton in the exact same spot. Dayton now with the ball. Left wing. Offensive foul. So a pair of offensive fouls that will split each team, and that will go the opposite way. Rich now with the basketball. They're up by 2 points with 3.5 minutes left in the game. Cornea working up against Thomas. Crossover to the left, out to the left for Pace, who wastes no time. Shoots it for 3, no good. An offensive rebound by Nate Woods, who goes up and underneath and gets bodied up. A foul will send Nate Woods to the line. As our referee says, 2 shots, relax for everybody. Nate Woods with the chance to score his first points of the game. Good aggressive play by Nate Woods, and his free throw attempt will rattle out off the back iron, no good. Still 5-7. Substitution as Thomas has come out of the game for Cokeville. Second attempt, good for Nate Woods. Nate with his first point of the game, 8-5. Dayton quickly across the timeline, looking backdoor cut for Cokeville. It's going to bounce off of the foot, and the ball will go rolling around on the court as a very interesting play there. I believe that Drake Plowman thought that he couldn't pick up the ball because he went out of bounds and threw it in, and that was what led to the confusion and the ball rolling out onto the court. Cornea now with the ball with the turnover from Cokeville. Under 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Right side wing, Nate Woods trying to feed Carrillo. Carrillo double teamed, loses the ball. Dayton with the steal, going with the left hand back into the paint and finds a teammate. Plowman gets blocked by Hayden Weston. Hunter Pace will get called for the foul with the body, so that will send Plowman to the line. 2 shots coming up for Plowman. First one no good from Plowman. That's just off to the right, just a tad. Second attempt. This one up and no good. Right off the front iron, ripped down by Carrillo. Quickly down the floor. Cornea in the near corner. Goes back up to the top for Nate Woods. Nate motions for Cornea to come back up. Nate leading Pace far out to the extended left wing. Carrillo into Weston. Weston backing down. Cokeville defender. Too far to the right. Offensive rebound, Cornea. That one's off. Ripped down by Cokeville. Here comes the Panthers in transition. 3 from Dayton on the right wing. That one's good. So a huge 3 from Jack Dayton ties it all up at 8. Nate Woods now on the right wing extended, trying to look, and that ball is picked off. Jack Dayton with the ball, getting ahead of some Rich Rebel defenders. Pitches it backwards. Foul on Hayden Weston as he wrapped his arms around number 12 of Cokeville. That's Trayson Dayton. So we're going to get an out of bounds and inbound play underneath the Rebel basket. Nate Woods has come out. Hunter Pace also. Hoffman, Carrillo, Weston, Cornea, and Walker in the game. Miss on the long jumper near the corner, left corner. Now Rebels with the ball. Back up at the top, Hoffman kicks it up to Cornea to set up the offense. Cornea versus Dayton, and then Hoffman there on the left wing. Getting a screen from Carrillo, did not see him on the backside. Instead puts it back out. The ball goes helplessly out onto the court. Walker grabs it in front of the Panther bench, calms everyone down. Cornea bouncing off of a Rebel Cokeville defender, stolen by Dayton. Dayton up with the right hand, and a blocking foul by Riley Carrillo. Riley obviously frustrated. He said that I didn't touch him. Minute 37 left here in the first quarter. Ball up, no good from Dayton. That's just off the very front of the rim. Carrillo's going to come out. Perry's going to come in. We're tied at 8. Rich went out to a little bit of an early start. Now Cokeville rolling back, and now they're going to take the lead off of a free throw from Dayton. Dayton with 4 points here in the first quarter. Hayden Weston with the inbound to Cornea. Slowly across the timeline, Cornea working here. Out to the left for Hoffman. Hoffman, one dribble, back out to Weston on the right side. Cornea, blocking foul on Trayson Dayton, who just hopped in front of Cornea. Didn't establish himself enough to elicit the offensive foul. Instead, we're going to get a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound underneath the basket. Rebels down by 1 with 1:15 left here in the first quarter. Cornea throws it into the Cokeville bench because Perry kind of trying to look for that backdoor cut. Cut outside, went back inside the ball, stayed outside, and that will be a turnover for the Rebels. Thomas back into the game, goes out to the right side. Spinning on the right wing is the Panthers, almost losing it. Hoffman with a good defense, trapping him in the corner. Ball goes up in the air. Blocking foul on Hayden Weston. Jesus Bencomo there to wrap it up. Let's go ahead, take a quick timeout, come back to you in just a moment's time. As we're here on 98.3 The Wildlife, we'll go actually stay here with the Bear Lake Realty Fan Cam. Your new home in Bear Lake is one phone call away. Call 435-946-8888. If you want any type of home in Bear Lake, Gary McKee will definitely be the one for you. Go ahead, call him up. As we look at our fan section, lots of people out here. A wonderful Saturday to come up and look. Good time for some basketball, right? As we are incredibly excited to be here. This Rebel program looking for a win as they're on a little bit of a skid right now, as well as Cokeville. Cokeville also in a little bit of a skid. We'll see what these teams can do coming back into it. Now back into the live action. He comes in inbounds for Cokeville underneath the Rebel basket. Back up at the top for Thomas, guarded by Walker. Here's a three on the left side wing, getting through the screen. Hoffman couldn't get there in time, and a big three for Cokeville. Now they're up by 4. 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Screen from Weston. Cornea dribbling into the lane, kicks it out to Hoffman on the right side. Hoffman hopping, skipping, and a foul on the arm. Hoffman will get to go to the line for 2. Hoffman's first chance at some points here at the end of the first quarter. Come via the charity stripe if he makes these shots. First one up and good for Hoffman. First one good. Here comes the second attempt. That one's good. 2 for 2 for Hoffman, and that puts Rich back within 2. 35 seconds left in the game. Official timeout as there's a foreign substance out onto the court. Getting it wiped up so nobody slips up on it. Good time to talk about the Rich School District. Rich School offers an exceptional educational experience for every student with a long track record of student success. The Rich School District exits graduates who are college and or career ready. An average of 69% of graduates exit having earned university credit. 95% of graduates have been accepted to a college and or university. And graduates since 2018 have received over $1 million in scholarships. That's the Rich School District. As what a wonderful school district as the student athletes playing for the Rich School District right now. Cokeville breaking the press of Rich. Here's Thomas. No one guarding the three. Long three. Knocking it down. Good shot from Thomas. As he's got 6 points in the first quarter. 8 seconds before the end of the first quarter. Cornea trying to get it into the lane. Shot from Hoffman, no good, as it was not in time. Didn't keep an eye on the shot clock. After the end of one, 15-10, Cokeville in the lead over the Rich Rebels. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
As high school sports fans, we know that sometimes you have to drive a long way to get to the next game. If you find yourself on the side of the road, remember that Freeway Tire in Evanston offers service calls and roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a great idea to have your vehicle serviced, tires checked, and oil changed to make sure it's in top shape before your next long drive. Visit Freeway Tire today, your locally owned and operated tire shop. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Back into the second quarter. Welcome, Rich Rebel fans, as we're getting up and ready for what should be a good matchup. Rich down by 5. Excuse me, our score bug just off by 1. As this Cokeville team, 1-7 on the season, but they've played some really big teams. That's just what Cokeville does. Steal and a foul from Trey Walker. Trey didn't think that was a foul, as they'll get the first foul here of the second quarter. 7:56 left in the game. Here we go, as crossover from Dayton in front of Trey Walker out to the left side wing. This is Trayson Dayton. Back out to the top for Thomas, working against Cornea. Now on the right side, extended wing in for Cokeville. Back out, looking for that good shot here. Pump fake right above the free throw line. Bencomo loses the ball. Drop step up with the left hand, too hard. Rebound, Riley Carrillo. Outlet to Cornea, down by 5. Rich Rebels looking to find a good shot selection to get this team up and rolling, get some momentum their way. Screen from, a screen from Riley Carrillo is going to get called for an offensive foul. And not a lot of people like it, and I'm going to probably be one of them. An extension of the arm is what's going to be the call, and that will be an offensive foul. Here comes Cokeville after the offensive foul, partially blocked, and Riley Carrillo gets hit from behind from Bencomo. Here comes the Rebels on offense. Trey working his way coast to coast underneath the defender and puts it up with the right hand. Now within 3 points, Thomas back up to the top for Dayton. Motioning in for Bencomo, inside out pass. Thomas, Dayton straightaway 3. That one's good. Timeout taken, Independent Software Solutions timeout. We'll go ahead and take it as well. Rich down 18-12, and they're trying to get some momentum back after a huge dagger of a play by Cokeville. We'll come back on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball on 98.3 The Wildlife.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Rich Rebel fans, just coming out of an Independent Software Solutions timeout. Let Brian be your IT guy. Call 307-789-1978. Currently, right now, the Rich Rebels down 12-18. A little bit of a coast-to-coast play and a little bit of a spark by Trey Walker, but it was immediately answered by Cokeville. Dayton, Jack Dayton, that is, straightaway 3 from the very top of the arc, was left alone, and he knocks it down. That puts them up by 5. That puts them up by 6, up by 6 in this game. And now a little bit of pressure from Cokeville the entire length of the court, full court pressure. Walker, pitch back to Cornea. And Trey trying to get it past the line, and the 8-second call. Cokeville implementing the pressure, and Rich couldn't get it past the half-court line. So a turnover. Here comes Dayton for Cokeville. Kicking out to the left wing, back up to the top. 2-3 defense implemented here. Bodies moving, and a skip pass over to the right side for Trayson Dayton. Bencomo stripped by Hunter Pace, a foul before the ball was loose. And we're in the bonus with 6 minutes left here before halftime. Jesus Bencomo with first chance at free throws here in this game. That one too hard, no good. Rebound by by Hunter Pace. Here comes Cornea, back out to Pace on the left side. Trey Walker cutting around the baseline, looking inside, nowhere to go. And a turnover I thought was going to be initially the call as they fed into Hayden Weston, and then Weston tried to pass it out, and it was kicked by a Cokeville player. So here comes a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound. Any type of points, including Plains Tire points in the paint, would be great. And that's how you do it. Right in and getting position, putting it up with his dominant hand, Hunter Pace, with a little bit of a layup there. Good work from Pace. 14-18 and a turnover here. Cornea being led by Pace too far. That's a turnover. Really tight window. Not able to reel that one in. Here comes some substitution. Ben Como for Cokeville will be subbed out. Cokeville up by 4 with 5.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Brought to you by Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Dayton, kick out for Thomas on the left wing, sucking in everybody here. Push will be called, and just a lot of silly fouls for the Rich Rebels have been causing some issues, and that will send a couple people a couple separate times to the line for some bonus. This time, we're going to see Justin Mayos making the first one. Apologies. Here comes the second attempt from Justin. That one's good. 20-14 is your score here on the Station on Main scoreboard. Cornea working out to Hunter Pace, and Pace throws it into traffic. It somehow ends up in the arms of a Rich Rebel, Trey Walker, for 3, and a foul on the three-point attempt. Thomas whacked him on the arm. That will send Trey for 3. Free points at the line. 3 attempts. Thomas is going to come out. Brown's going to come in, I believe, after this first attempt. First shot up and good for Mr. Walker. Trey. 3 points in the game so far. Here's Trey's second attempt. That one up and good. Automatic for Trey Walker. Third attempt here. Knocks it down, 3 for 3. 17 points now for Rich. They're only down by 3. Pressure from Rich the whole length of the court. Broken by Cokeville. Kick out for Trey Sin. Dayton missed 3 and a 2-on-2 opportunity. Up with the left hand, blocked by Dayton. Trey Walker trying to reel it in and help out with the loose ball. He's going to get called for a foul, and that will go ahead and send Cokeville back to the line for bonus. Double bonus, that is. That is the 10th foul on the Rich Rebels here with about 5 minutes left in the second quarter. First attempt up and good. Jack Dayton putting it up. That's 4 points for Jack in the second quarter. Second one, good, 2 for 2. 22 points now for Cokeville, 5-point lead, 4:40 left here in the second quarter. Pace back over to Cornea. There's a huge wall implemented by Cokeville, and that ball almost thrown out of bounds. Taken in by Carson Muirbrook. Skip pass over to Hunter Pace. Floater, air ball over the top of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Trayson Dayton. Over to Dayton, and then the left pass over there. Almost out of bounds. It's kept alive by Brown. Foul by Cornea on a driving attempt here by Trayson Dayton. I don't know how that ball was saved, but it was. Diving out of bounds in the far left corner. Coach Lundgren here helping out coaching, while our head coach for the boys basketball program out with COVID right now in COVID protocol, Coach Cornea. Wish him well, as we hope to see him soon. 2 for 2 on those attempts by Trayson Dayton. 17-24 and almost picked off. Nate Woods being hounded by Cokeville, and a foul. That ball will go out of bounds. It's just a little bit of out of control from Trayson Dayton. Carson Muirbrook with the Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound. Under 4 minutes. Cornea into the middle for Hayden Weston. Almost a backcourt violation. Back over, Hayden Weston takes the 3 ball. Off to the left, rebound, Hoffman. Double teamed, has to look for somebody, gets it out to Nate Woods. Back over to the top, Cornea trying to settle the Rebels down, trying to get something going here. They're in a little bit of a drought. Muirbrook with a pump fake, out, kick out, good thought, and Cornea drives up and underneath, no good, rebound by Brown. Pushing it up the right side of the court. Here comes Cokeville. Offensive foul. Nate Woods establishing position in front of Justin Moyes. And that will be enough for an offensive foul. .3:16 left in the game. Not in the first half, excuse me. As Cornea and Nate Woods will bounce back off of each other in the backcourt. Almost intercepted by Brown, trying to push it up to Muirbrook on the left side of the court. Into Cokeville territory we will go. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, wishing the Rebels good luck on these inbound passes on Mound Valley Cattle Company, a sponsor of Rich Rebel Sports. Hoffman out on the left side wing, looks inside, back up to the top for Cornea. Jabbing with his right foot, goes into the body. Hayden Weston with a spin, good move, and just too hard. No good, and a rebound by Cokeville. Here comes the Panthers. Thomas driving into the lane, kicking it out to the left for Dayton. Left side wing 3, good. Just seems like Cokeville is getting every shot right now, and a timeout before pushing it all the way down the court. Independent Software Solutions timeout, 27-17, 2.5 minutes left before halftime. We'll go ahead, take that break on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Proudly serving the people of Randolph and Hiram, Utah since 1997. Dr. Sean Grohl with Comprehensive Family Dental offers dentistry for patients of all ages. Great care, positive environment, and fair prices. Call for an appointment today.
Now you've got a safe and secure place to store your boat, RV, ATVs, and other vehicles right in town. T-Bar Body Shop offers storage for just $35 per month. Long and short-term storage options are available. Of course, T-Bar Body Shop also offers custom bodywork when you have an accident. We work with your insurance directly and get the job done right. T-Bar Body Shop offers a wide range of services. Stop in today and see all the ways T-Bar can serve you. 515 County Road, Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car.
8-0 scoring run currently for the Cokeville Panthers, as the Rich Rebels are finding themselves down 27-17 with 2.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Before halftime, we'll see what the Rich Rebels can do before the end of the half in order to get back in the game. Hayden Weston trying to throw it in for Carson Muirbrook. Barely kept in play. Cornea with a little bit of a floater just takes it upon himself to try and get some points. He goes up with the right hand, and that one's good. 19-27, cross-court pass there. Back up to the top for Dayton. Inside, Plowman. Back over to the left side, bouncing off Hoffman. Nate Woods with the interception. Good stuff from Nate Woods, who uses that the athleticism to get it in there. Hoffman with the fast break points after the feed from Nate Woods at about half court. Good stuff from the Rebels, as they're now at 21, only down by 6 points now. Dayton Thinks about the three, kicks it out to the left. Here's the long three here on the corner, near corner. That one's good for Cokeville. Tanner Hatch finding his way into the game, and after a huge three, Nate Woods throwing it way over onto the other side of the court, and the Rebels continue to have struggles with this full court press that Cokeville is implementing. Turnover, and now back up by 9. It felt like the Rebels had a little bit of momentum, and it was squished immediately after that huge three ball by Tanner Hatch on the near corner. Here's another three from Dayton. That's off the front of the rim, and a foul by Carson Muirbrook. Frustrations boiling over right now for the Rebels. Plowman rolls it around the rim, no good. On his first try. 1 minute exactly before halftime. Rich down by 9. Drake Plowman with the ability to extend it to double digits cannot. Hoffman with the defensive rebound. Pushing it up the court, gets it out to Carson Muirbrook. Pump fake inside. Back up to the top for Nate Woods. Right hand dribble. Trying to find some space, gives it to Cornea. Here. Back to Nate Woods on the right wing. Holding. Now out to his right. Hayden Weston on a cutting Hoffman inside. Hoffman misses the shot attempt, and it's ripped down by Dayton, the point guard. 30 seconds left in the game. Cokeville might hold on to this for the very last shot. Goes out to the right for Trayson Dayton. Milking these last few seconds off the clock. 15 seconds exactly before the end of the halftime. Cokeville is going to go ahead and take this last shot, driving into the lane, and a foul and a hold, and that will send Cokeville to the line with 5 seconds left in the half. Fouls abundantly given by the Rich Rebels. They're just kind of grabbing onto anything that they can as these Cokeville players are blowing past them. It's frustrating not only the players, but also just the entire team. First attempt missed there by Dayton. After 3 misses in a row from the charity stripe for Cokeville, let's see if Dayton can put that to rest. He does. Now a 10-point lead for Cokeville. 5 seconds left before the half. Nate Woods getting the pass from Muirbrook. 4 seconds now. Long heave from Cornea. No good. Just touches the very tip of the net, and that will be your halftime score, 31-21. Cokeville in the lead after just a great shooting performance. They've been knocking it down from beyond the arc, and that's kept them in the lead so far. Let's go ahead, take our halftime show, and come back to you after this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports and our sponsors on 98.3 The Wildlife.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today. We welcome you to the Crawford Trough halftime show. As we've seen in this first half, the Cokeville Panthers implementing pressure, putting a lot of pressure on the backcourt, and just, very physical play. It just seems like everybody's getting bumped. And while the Rich Rebels maybe have been missing a few shots, at the same time, it feels as though the Cokeville Panthers have been able to make those shots, and that is why they're sitting on a 10-point lead right now. Currently, a lot of frustration from the Rich Rebel bench right now, just trying to calm it down a little bit as they're trying to find their groove. It's the groove they've been trying to find for quite a while now, as Cokeville is sitting on a little bit of a lead, and we'll see what the Rich Rebels are made of as they come out for this third quarter. Let's go ahead and take a quick Crawford Trough ad break here, and then we'll come back here from Hayden Weston, as I interviewed him a little bit earlier today. And then we'll come back for the third quarter on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball on KADQ.
Sometimes you just start craving a really good, juicy burger. Add cheese, maybe some bacon, and all the fixins that make every bite even better than the bite before it. Add a side of hand-cut fries, onion rings, or crisp tater tots, and top it off with an amazing ice cream cone. Or maybe a raspberry shake. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. When your stomach is grumbling like an angry bear and your cravings call out, head right down to the Crawford Trough in Randolph. The place to eat and drink. Stop in today.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Rich Rebel fans, I'm joined here in the booth. Hayden, we're in the booth. This is a nice little booth that we got going on. In the booth, right before the Cokeville game, Hayden Weston joining us back from injury. Hayden, welcome back, first of all. How's it been kind of being on this little traveling loop right now for the team, going down to Altamont and now up to Cokeville?
It's been a little tough with the traveling. Like, I got home at 1 yesterday, and then I've been a little sick, so I didn't really sleep, but it's been good to be back. I like being back and playing and just having a good time. So hopefully we get things rolling and the traveling won't matter because we win.
Yeah, there you go. It won't matter because you're going to take a W today. The Cokeville Panthers also kind of on a little bit of a struggling season right now. They're 1-7, and they're trying to get a win of their own. Hayden, what is it like just kind of looking at Cokeville right now? What kind of tendencies do you feel like the team can really take advantage of today?
Well, to be honest, I haven't really looked at Cokeville too much. In practice, we were more going over Altamont and watching their film and running things that they want to, but I feel like we have some pretty big, good bigs on our team with like Riley and Noah and Carson and all of us. I think we can pound it down there and try and get it, and then with Hunter shooting it, I feel like we can use everybody out there to kind of just
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Hayden, you're coming back from injury. Talk to me a little bit about the coming back process. I know we've had to look a little bit at your head, shoulder. What was it like immediately after taking that huge, massive charge out there? It was in Lyman, correct?
Yeah.
There you go. What was the process like coming back?
It was pretty tough. It was a worse injury than I thought it was going to be because it kept hurting, and they told me that I ended up tearing my labrum in my left shoulder. So we'll probably have to look at maybe surgeries after the season. But it was kind of hard coming back because I didn't want to use that shoulder. So I kind of would just go with the right one. So I feel like I've kind of been off a little over the past few days because I am still trying to get to where I can use my left shoulder and reach for balls. But I feel like I'm getting a little better at it. Last night was a little tough, but hopefully today I can figure out how to use both my hand skin and get to the left side of the basket too.
There you go. Hayden, you talked a little bit about the bigs and that being a strength for Rich today. What is it like just kind of sharing the room with Riley and with Carson? Is there a good friendship that you guys got going on?
Yeah, me and Riley have been playing ever since we were little. He's been one of my best friends, so I think we've always kind of had a bond when it comes to basketball because we always play together. I feel like I can pass it to him and I can trust him to make it, and he can pass it to me and we can trust. So I feel like we have a good trust, and that makes everything easier out there on the court when you trust him.
Both you and Riley are going to be Coach Cornea talked to me about team captains here and talked about you, Hayden. I know you and Riley are huge together on the basketball court and captain-wise and also in football. What do you feel like the role for you and Riley is being seniors on the team?
I feel like our role is just, as captains, trying to keep everybody going and pumped up. And if someone gets down, we're trying, say, no, you're good. Everyone misses a shot. We all miss them. And just try and kind of keep things under control, and especially now with Coach Cornea out for this week, I feel like it's a big role for the captains to make sure everybody's doing all right and in the right headspace.
Absolutely. Hayden, it was a pleasure to have you in our little booth. Anything else that you want to kind of touch up on before we get ready for Cokeville?
No, I think that's it.
Perfect. Hayden, best of luck today. Get the sniffles, take care of the sniffles, and drop those big points that we're looking for you today, okay?
Thank you.
Awesome. It was great to go ahead and catch up with Hayden Weston. What a huge contributor and a team captain for this team right now. This team definitely needs their seniors and their captains to step up. They're currently in a hole right now with a lot of people flustered. It just seems like offensively things are kind of stagnant right now. It's time for the seniors to step up and try and figure out what they can do in order to make this happen. Hayden, a fantastic kid, a great athlete. We'll see him back out onto the court for the start of the third quarter. As, Rich right now is trying to find any type of momentum. Right now they're trying to overcome just the shooting woes that have been happening here, as well as just, the mental block that I feel like is happening for this team at the moment. Here is the start of the third quarter, and these boys are tough. They're strong. They don't, as Coach Cornea talked about, you don't need to fix any type of effort with these kids. They're there. They are committed. They're just a couple execution points away, and I feel like that's definitely the point that they're trying to make right now. As we come right back into it, Hunter Pace is going to go ahead and knock down that right elbow jumper. Cokeville coming back, and it's stolen away after the deflection underneath the basket. Here's Hunter Pace again. And that's a turnover. Here comes Cokeville the other way. Dayton going high off the glass, no good. Ripped down by Perry. So 2 back-to-back turnovers, and now Rich back with the ball. 7.5 minutes left. Only down by 8 points. That's not an insurmountable lead. You don't need to panic. Just need good shots here. Trey Walker trying to feed Carrillo. One-on-one here. Carrillo with the size advantage. He goes up with the right hand and good. That's a good matchup for Carrillo, as he's matched up against Tanner Hatch, the much smaller defender for Cokeville. 25-31. Brown missing the shot, and no one follows up with it. So Carrillo comes down with a defensive rebound. Here's a little bit of a roll and a run now. Riley cutting inside the lane, goes up with the right hand just a little bit too far. Perry cleans it up offensive rebound and a putback, 27-31. So very quickly, you're right back into it, 4 points, as Dayton will cross over Cornea, get stuck up on the left block, and kick it out to Trayson. Now out to the right side, this is Hatch. Switching defenders and rolling back out to Trayson, who hands off to Dayton here. Dayton pulls it back out, slows it down, tries to set up his offense the way that he likes it. Blows past Cornea and then kicks it out to Hatch for a 3. That's too short and an error ball, and it's reeled in by Cokeville. A quick pass from Trayson goes through the paint and goes out the back line. A little bit of a turnover here, and, you're looking at a 6-point swing at the moment for Rich. 27-31. Here's Riley Carrillo getting the feed from Cornea. He puts that up with the right hand, working up against Brown, and goes up, and it's good. 29-31. 8-point run now for the Rich Rebels. Dayton up against Cornea, kicks it out to the left side. It seems that Cokeville has slowed down a little bit, not as much intensity in running on either side. I say that and nodding, trying to see what Cokeville's going to do. Step back, crossover, and a long 3 from Dayton. It's going to be too short. Offensive rebound here for Cokeville. Stuck in the corner. Dayton needs some help. Ball knocked away. And a timeout. Bailed out here, Cokeville. Head coach for Cokeville taking that timeout. As we mentioned before, we have to correct ourselves. It is not Todd Dayton, the legendary coach, who's coached football and basketball for many, many, many years. In fact, it is Harold Hatch, a former Rebel, graduated in 1995 and also played basketball for Coach Jerry Holmes not that long ago. So a quick timeout to slow things down. We've got 5 minutes left here in the third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. And Riley Carrillo with 6 quick points here at the beginning of the third quarter has really established himself and put himself in a position to be a leader and an example to the rest of the team, as he has put up some good shots backing down his defender in the paint. Shout out to Plains Tire for helping us keep track of those points in the paint. That's tires, wheels, vehicle maintenance, all with a smile. Thomas getting the inbound and rugby styling it out to the left side wing at the very top of the arc. Hatch working up against Trey Walker. Good defense as Trey sits in the chair in front of Hatch, and now here comes Thomas on the left side. Far, jabs inside, goes into the paint, kicks it out to Hatch. Here's a 3 from Hatch, and that one's good. That is a huge dagger. Some of these threes have really, really killed the momentum of the Rebels. Hopefully Rich can keep that momentum going that they had before, and some of these outside shots have really hurt them. Throwing it out of bounds. Perry had a couple Cokeville players latched onto his arm, but nonetheless, it will stay with Cokeville, and it will switch possessions. Dayton out there to Trayson. Trayson looks inside for Ben Como, and it throws it right at Trey. Trey Walker with good hands, able to fall down onto the basketball, and he's going to get a tie-up and a jump ball coming up here. These jump balls, a key and an indicator for hustle on defense. So Trey Walker getting it in there, inbound, as just short, a shot there from Cokeville right on the left block, rising high above. It's just going to stall right on the front of the rim, no good. Hunter Pace picks up his dribble after getting the defensive rebound, kicks it out to Trey Walker on the right side, right in front of the Cokeville fan base. A blocking call as Trey went up into the trees. The arms of Ben Como and Tanner Hatch. So Trey Walker will go ahead, head to the line for Bear Lake Realty free throws. That's the most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Call Gary or Amber McKee or visit bearlakerealty.com. Trey misses the first one right off the front, too short, and he's going to gather himself, go back to the line, try and come away with 50% here. Second one good. So 1 for 2 for Trey Walker on that trip to the line. 30 to 34, excuse me. Thomas guarded by Perry. Back up at the top. Cornea, nobody around him. He's got it all the way. Jump stop, and he gets blocked, and he gets sent to the line. Cornea had about a 1.5 foot lead on everybody, but he decided to jump stop, and that allowed 2 Cokeville defenders to latch onto his arms as he went up for the second attempt after the pump fake. Cornea rolls the first one in. Substitution, Noah Perry's going to come out, and Hayden Weston's going to come in. Second one good for Cornea. 2 for 2 from that in that trip. Only down 2 points now. 3:45 left here in the third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. Dayton feeds it to his teammate in the post, and he's going to go up into the arms of Hunter Pace. Good work from Cokeville to answer immediately. Back up to a 4-point lead. That's Justin Moyes. Trey Walker, right side wing extended, looks for some help, decides to dribble into the lane. He's got a good lane. Goes up with the right hand, high off the backboard, and good. Trey Walker adding a little bit of spark for this team at the moment, as he's now almost close to double digits in scoring. Ben Como kicking out here to Plowman at the very top of the arc for Cokeville. Then out to Dayton, guarded by Cornea. 4 feet away from the 3-point line. Then inside, shot taken right there on the right elbow. That one will rattle home good. Trading blows with Cokeville right now. Trey Walker gets bumped from behind after reaching out for the pass from Cornea. That's Tanner Hatch called for the foul. And we'll get a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound as Brown will come in and swap out with Hatch. Hatch with that huge three-pointer to stop the run. Hayden Weston going up into the arms of Ben Como, patiently waiting for the body commitment, and then he throws himself into it. So again to the line come the Rebels. Hayden Weston, the senior, back from injury, and now he's back onto the court. He's going to miss the first free throw attempt. Just a little bit too far to the right. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left here in the third quarter. Second attempt for Weston. That one rolls off the front of the rim and goes in. 35-38. 3-point lead for Cokeville. Another three taken there by the freshman, Justin Moyes. He knocks it home. Now a 6-point lead. 41-35 for Cokeville. Trey Walker, right wing, looking inside. He's going to get that poked away by Brown. Hunter Pace now with the ball above the arc. He decides to give it back to Cornea. Independent Software Solutions, timeout taken by Rich. We'll go ahead and take it with them. We'll come back to you on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel basketball on KADQ and mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Welcome back here to the middle of the third quarter, brought to you by Epic Recreation. Make your next vacation an epic one. To remember, rentals in Bear Lake, call 435-946-3742 or find them on Facebook at epicrecreation.net. The Rich Rebels coming back into this. They've clawed their way back, and it's just been a couple massive three-pointers taken by the massive three-pointers taken by the Cokeville Panthers that have prohibited any type of lead change for the Rich Rebels. Cornea getting that Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound from the far side to Hunter Pace. Pace coming back to the ball to bail out Cornea. Sitting into the chair here, Cornea out to the right side for Pace. Looks inside, everyone covered, decides to dribble with his left hand into the lane. Goes out to the right for Trey Walker. Trey jumping, shooting. Cornea somehow ends up with the offensive rebound. Finds Hayden Weston, goes up with the right, and gets the foul as well. Hayden Weston decided to patiently wait for Ben Como to commit. And after he did, he threw his body into him. That's the second time that's happened this quarter. And that's going to be a chance for a three-point opportunity here for Hayden Weston. 6 points for Hayden here in the third quarter. And now Rich 38, Cokeville 41. 1:36 left here till the end of 3. Justin Adams set to check in. Buckwheat hopped into the game. We're going to have 6-on-5 in just a second, but instead they decide to wait it out. Here comes Cokeville Thomas getting it into Brown. Good defense by Hayden Weston. Thomas thought he walked, and a lot of people upset because they thought that Thomas had walked outside the arc, and then he charges into the lane. Here comes the blocking foul. That will send him to the line. Cokeville still up by 3 points. Here comes this first shot. No good by Thomas. That's going to bonk off the very front of the rim. Buckwheat and Muirbrook to check in for Weston and Carrillo. Going to need those two seniors in the fourth quarter, so they're going to get a blow here. Here comes Thomas. That second one he will not miss. 42-38 here. Check in for Hunter Pace, who loses the basketball right into the arms here. And a foul on the shot attempt. After losing the basketball, Hunter Pace will foul to prevent the easy 2 points. He's going to send Thomas to the line. Try and earn it the hard way. First shot, good for Thomas, the lefty. 43-38, still 5-point differential here in the third quarter. Thomas has given his team a little bit of breathing room, and he'll do it with another free throw point. Trey Walker cutting across the face of the defense, goes into the lane. Euro step in and good. Great work from Trey Walker. He's adding a huge dimension here. 3 for Cokeville, just a tad too far, bricks off, and here comes Cornea, down by 4. Trey. Double dribble by Trey Walker. He's just a tad ahead of his feet. Here comes Cokeville up by 4. 40 seconds left till the end of the third quarter. Rich has clawed its way back after being down by a substantial amount of points here. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Over the back foul called here on Cokeville, as Justin Moyes tried to hop off at the very end, but not in time. It's going to be an over the back call. Trey Walker here working with Cornea against the press. Giant wall set up right there. As they break the press, Muirbrook gets whacked on the arm. And Muirbrook will go to the line for the bonus 1-and-1. 13 seconds left in our Epic Recreation third quarter. So what we've seen in this third quarter is Rich making some points. It seems as though Cokeville's kind of backed off just a little bit, just enough to give a little bit of breathing room for Rich. And now, here in the 1-and-1, Carson Muirbrook, his first chance at free throw opportunity today. First shot, right off the front of the rim, no good. Buckwheat was in there. He's going to get someone on the arm, and that's another foul. So here comes a little bit of a pressure situation. USCK for Cokeville checked in for the first time, goes and gives Buckwheat a dab as he's come in. Here we go, working, and driving into the lane. Dayton slipped and fell, and good defense by Cokeville. Now they're only down by 4 at the end of 3. Cokeville 44, Rich 40. We'll take this timeout and the end of this third quarter to take a breather. We'll come back to you for the conclusion here after a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports and their sponsors on 98.3 The Wildlife.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Into the fourth quarter we come as the Rich Rebels, only down by 4, trailing to the Cokeville Panthers as we come into the concluding quarter here. Our fourth quarter today brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital as our tip-off and our booster sponsor today, LSR Refrigerated. That's Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family wishing the Rebels good luck in all that they do. Here we go, ball back to Cokeville after slipping out of the hands of Carson Muirbrook. Dayton working up against Cornea and then kicking out to the right to Trayson. Ball up for grabs, and Hatch able to grab it and flip it behind his head back to Dayton and gets a screen from USCK. Trayson out on the right wing driving into the lane, and they block, a partial block by Trey Walker, and just going to be called for the foul. Trey just asked for a little bit of a explanation. I think he got one from our referee here. So that will send Trayson to the line. Trayson, no good, short on the first free throw attempt. Second opportunity, this time good. Fixes his mistake, goes 1 for 2, 45-40 here in the fourth quarter. Hoffman on the right wing decides to dip it back, ball up for grabs. Trey Walker uses his speed to run it down. Kicks out to Riley Carrillo. Carrillo, the senior, back in here, needing to use his play, and shooting into the lane. Cornea up and around USCK to find Hoffman on the right side. Open three for Hatch, no good. Carson Muirbrook comes down with the rebound, fills it out to Cornea. 3-point difference as they've been flirting here with about 3 to 4 point differential the entirety of the third quarter, and now here they are in the fourth quarter at that same point. Hoffman kicks it out to Muirbrook on the right side wing, looking inside for Carrillo. Cornea for three, rolls out, no good. It will stay with the Rebels as USCK and Carrillo both go up for it. It will float out of bounds, last touch by Cokeville. Brown will come in for USCK. Trace and Dayton will also come out as Hunter Thomas will come back into the game. Cornea finding somebody. 5-second violation on the inbound here. Good defense by Cokeville as they are not wanting to give up that 3-point lead. Dayton kicking out for Hunter Thomas. Thinks about it. Instead, it will go around the horn all the way to the right for Hatch. Feeding inside to Brown, guarded by Carrillo. Back out for Dayton. Working up against Cornea high and intercepted by Carrillo. Carrillo's got a full head of steam going coast to coast. No on the layup attempt, but he will get whacked on the arm. He'll go to the line. He has a chance to get it within 1 point at the free throw line here. First one up and good. 43-45 with 5:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Second charity stripe attempt for Carrillo. That one's good. Smooth like butter, and now only a 1-point lead for Cokeville. Thomas coming up against Trey Walker, flips it back here to Dayton, who takes a step to the left. Cross-court pass, Hatch in the lane, and he's going to get fouled before the shot, a hold. And this is where you're glad that the Rich Rebels did not do what they did in the first half, and that was give an excessive amount of fouls. They only gave up 4 in the third quarter. Now that's the 5th here in the fourth quarter. Now 2 separate them from going into the bonus. Rich already in the bonus as a good flip out to Brown, who had a good shot, decides to keep it and flip it out beyond the arc. Trey Walker with the steal, goes out to Hoffman. Hoffman up with the right hand, no good. Defensive rebound. As a little tangle up for Trey Walker. Jump ball and a good hustle from Trey. Will at least swap the possession arrow. It will stay with Cokeville. Cokeville up by 1. 5 minutes left here until the end of the game. Up and no good. Ripped down by Carson Meerbrook. Carson outlet here to Cornea. Pushes it onto the Rebel side of the court. Meerbrook for the lead. No, off the front of the rim. That was a baseline jumper on the left side. That's going to be just a tad too short. Brown guarded by Carrillo, almost tied up, and a 3 from Dayton. Good rebound from Trey Walker as he reached up, out-jumped Justin Moyes. Cornea and company down by 1, trying to get this lead here. Trey goes into Carrillo, who's got the height advantage, goes up with the left hand, that's good. Rebels up by 1, 46-45 left here in the fourth quarter. 4 minutes before the end. Trayson Dayton kicks it up to the top for Brown, out to the left. 3 from Thomas, rolls off to the right side, ripped down by Cornea. Defensive rebound. And now Rich with a 1-point lead and 4 minutes left in the game have a little bit of an advantage being in the bonus. 8 fouls given by Cokeville in the third quarter. Hoffman back cut for Walker, too far. Cornea rips down the offensive rebound. Carrillo thought about the 3 after he got the inside out pass from Cornea. Now Hoffman working up against Trayson Dayton. Meerbrook. Dribble handoff to Carrillo. Hoffman loses the ball. And here comes Trayson Dayton. Blocking foul as Trey Walker got in front of Trayson Dayton. Good hustle. Full timeout taken here in an Independent Software Solutions breather as we come back to you in 60 seconds on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 The Wildlife.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Back into the fourth quarter for the conclusion of this game. 3:26 left here in our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. That's the most caring hospital on earth. Inbounds here from Plowman to Dayton as they hop into their half-court offense. Uwasike into the game, working up against Hayden Weston. Plowman out to the right for Dayton, working up against Cornea, swinging around. Bencomo in the game. Hatch on the right wing extended, going in for Dayton. Trying to make some room, and a hand check on Trey Walker. Hunter Pace will have to come in for Trey Walker as Trey foul trouble here. First shot up and good. We are now tied as the bonus now implemented for both teams. Second shot, good. Cokeville back in the lead, 46-47. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Hunter Pace out to Riley Carrillo. Carrillo looks to have some help, goes back to Pace in the dead corner. Pace trying to dribble out. Gets it partially tipped, but Cornea ends up with the ball in a position now to set up the offense. Hoffman out on the right. Carrillo for three. Good! Straightaway three from beyond the arc is good from Riley Carrillo. And no better time than now to implement that that three-pointer, that three-point shot that Carrillo's been working on. 49-47. And a blocking foul will send Hatch to the line. So here we go, both teams having given 8 fouls. Rich up by 2 with 2.5 minutes left in the game. Hatch, first attempt. Good. Cokeville not wanting to lose this on technicality or not making free attempts. (48-49). Here's Tanner Hatch again. That time out to the right, but it's tracked down for an offensive rebound by Hatch, the one to shoot the ball. Dayton now with the ball, pulls it back out, sets up the offense. Right-hand dribble out to the right. Hatch thinks about the three, pump fake, back up to the top. Thomas out to the left, Dayton. Trace and Dayton into the lane in a very foul on the arm. Hoffman will get a call. (23) Hoffman. That will go ahead and send Bencomo to the line. Hayden Weston's going to come out for the last 2 minutes in this game. Bencomo with the opportunity to go ahead and take the lead. He's going to throw that off to the right, and another offensive rebound by Cokeville. That one's left up in the air, tracked down by Hunter Pace. Outlet here to Cornea. Under 2 minutes, Rich in the lead by 1. Got to get across the line. That was very close before the 8-second violation. Riley Carrillo into the lane, up with the right hand. Oh, it's going to roll out. It's going to roll out. That was a great move by Riley Carrillo, and cherry pick and play and a blocking foul for Cornea. He's going to get called for a blocking foul. Oh, what a good move by Riley Carrillo. And man, the basketball gods said no for some reason on that one. Here's Trayson Dayton down by 1 with an opportunity. Puts the first one in. 49-49 with 1:33 left here in the fourth quarter. Trayson Dayton through his progression puts that one up and good. Dayton now puts Cokeville in the lead, 50-49. Hunter Pace with the ball, goes back to Cornea. Now over to Hoffman. Hoffman back to Cornea, trying to make a little bit of breathing space as they're now into their offensive set. Right side Hoffman, right hand dribble, and an offensive foul. Offensive foul by Riley Carrillo on the screen, and that will swap possessions. Cokeville now with the ball. Strolling across the timeline, here comes Cokeville with 1 minute left in the game. Rich needs one stop. They're gotta keep your hands off. You don't want to send Cokeville to the line here. And now they're going to elect a foul. They'll send Thomas to the line. Hunter Thomas. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick second here. 50-49, the Cokeville Panthers. Now we're going to go ahead and head to the line with a chance and an opportunity to at least extend it to 3 points. What now Rich, with great implementation of their offense, getting some good looks, and if for some reason or another, the Riley Carrillo drive on the left wing going into the lane just rolled out. It seemed as though that ball was almost in the basket, like so far. And Thomas knocks down the first one. So now Cokeville up by 2, 49-51. Thomas to put it to 3, he does. 52-49, and quickly into the court it will go. 50 seconds left in the game. Cornea across the timeline, and a screen from Riley Carrillo, who makes very sure that he is a statue, and driving into the lane. Cornea will get fouled going up with the right hand. So he's got a chance to go to the line, go at least get at least 2 here. That will put them within a little better striking distance if he's able to knock down both of these. As they're going to play the free throw game. Cornea down by 3. First attempt, good, right off, and rattles off the back iron. 50-52. Second attempt for Cornea. That one's good. Almost exact mirror of what we saw last time. 51-52, and a quick timeout. We'll take it here on 98.3 on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
39 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Very interesting, to say the very least. Cokeville up by 1 as Rich has clawed back into this game here in the second half. Dayton here Throwing it into Trace and Dayton. So the two Dayton boys will work across the timeline. They'll get past Cornea, kick it out to the left, and try and run out the clock here. Thomas will go ahead and get fouled. They'll send him to the line. He's been 2 for 2 the last time that he went to the line, the lefty here for Cokeville. Hunter Thomas with the ability to, extend it to 3 points. They're going to play the free throw game. Here's Thomas with the first one. Up and good. Two-point game now, 51-53 here with 26 seconds left in the game. He goes 2 for 2. Thomas goes 2 for 2, 54-51. Getting it down the court really quickly. Carrillo into the lane, up with the right hand. That one's home. 19 seconds, 18 seconds. They're going to have to foul really quickly. Cornea sprints to his man, and he's going to foul here with 14 ticks of the clock left. That's going to go ahead and send Tanner Hatch to the line to try and put this thing away here. Tanner Hatch, 2 shots coming up. First one, good. Cokeville has looked in the face of adversity and pressure, and they've knocked down their free throws this entire game. 55-53 for Cokeville. Second one, good. 3-point game, 14 seconds left. Cornea is going to come to the sideline, take a timeout with 9 seconds left in the game. We'll go ahead and take that one last timeout, come back to you on a 98.3 on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
So in a very interesting turn of events, the Rich Rebels here down by 3 to Cokeville. They've taken a quick timeout with 9 seconds left in the game. So you have a decision here. Can you draw up a play and make a 2 and then have enough time left on the clock to foul? In my personal opinion, they're going to keep running that clock. You're not going to have enough time. I think you're going to have to draw up a 3-point play here and see if you can send this thing into overtime. That's probably your best bet, and that's probably what's going to happen. Hoffman will be the one to inbound the ball here. He's going to throw it out to Hunter Pace at the very top of the arc. Pace for 3, off to the right, no good. And Carrillo with 2 seconds left, too far. Cokeville will go ahead and take this one. 53-56 off of 2 missed attempts at the very end. I mean, it was a heroic effort to crawl back into this game, but Cokeville with stellar defense and making their free throws timely at the end. That's what's going to win you games. That is your final score, 56-53 from here in Cokeville. We'll come back to you for our post-game coverage immediately after these few messages on a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on mylocalradio.com.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Atlas Home Care and Hospice provides skilled nursing and physical therapy services in your home in Rich County. In-home service providers include Natalie Cornea, Kylie Argyle, Brady Stokes, and Bradley Holmes. Call Atlas Home Care and Hospice today.
For years, people from all over have counted on the competent staff and first-class facilities at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Consistently named one of the top rural hospitals in the country, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides a wide range of treatments no matter what you need. Whether it be a simple visit to their expanded ER, a visit to their in-house MRI machine, or if you need more advanced treatments like chemotherapy or dialysis. The staff at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital cares about your health and will do everything they can to help you. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho, the most caring hospital on earth.
Thank you for joining us here on the post-game show. The Rich Rebels will fall to the Cokeville Panthers in the boys basketball program, 56-53, and it was a hard-fought game and a lot of grit and perseverance exhibited by both teams, really. Rich in crawling back here and overcoming a 11-point deficit at one point here in the second half and making it very close. Eventually, at the very end of the game, the Rich Rebels draw up a play for their best three-point shooter, Hunter Pace, and sometimes you make them and sometimes you don't. It just bullies off and bounces off the right of the iron. Riley Carrillo is going to run out quickly to the three-point line after getting the offensive rebound and miss that one as well. That will be the end of the game here as this is our final score, 56-53 here in Cokeville. Thank you so much for all of you that allowed us to broadcast this game and those that have listened in. Our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap up next, as this is Jimmy John's in Evanston. Gourmet sandwiches made fresh and fast every day, 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meet. Our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap at the end of 15-10. Cokeville will keep the lead for the majority of the game, but at the very end, Rich will make it incredibly close. At the end of the first half, 31-21, Rich was facing a lot of issues, a lot of frustration, a lot of missed shots, and then they showed a lot of grit and determination really to crawl back into this game. At the end of the third quarter, they were within 4, a 44-40 score, and then at the very end, with the ability to take that three-point shot, Hunter Pace just a little bit too far to the right, and that will be your final score. Cokeville hangs on with the help of making timely free throws at the very end. That is our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Our Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game will go to there's many options, to be completely frank with you. There was some huge buckets. It will go to the plethora of buckets at the very beginning of the game by Riley Carrillo in the third quarter, of the fourth quarter. 6 points to get him up and going at the very beginning to get Rich within striking distance. Riley Carrillo, also our LSR refrigerated player of the game, as he showed why he was the captain on this team, why he is looked up to by many. The Town of Garden City player of the game, that is where families play at beautiful Bear Lake. Visit gardencity.ut.us. We'll have a lot to talk about next week as both the boys and the girls program fall to the Cokeville Panthers here in Cokeville. A lot to look at, a lot of film to go over, and we'll also get our head coach Lex Cornea back into action after he gets back from protocol. Next week, we'll talk a little bit more about that on Rebel Yell, and we'll go get some interviews. Feel free to go ahead and give a listen to Rebel Yell on Thursday and our Rebel on Record every single weekday at 3:30. Thank you here. Cody Olson signing off here in Cokeville as the Rebels fall one more time, 56-53 in the boys program. Thank you so much. And stay safe. Have a wonderful weekend. Get all the work that you need to done. And as always, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Thank you for joining us on this Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com. Until next time, go Rebels!